Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear in the comments. Are we all good? Can you guys hear me? We good? All right, cool. So, guys, this is a special show that I'm doing with the Roger Report. If anyone is familiar with the Roger Report, he has been in these YouTube streets for many, 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 many years. As far as content being consistent, YouTube hates on him all the time. So he's lost many pages. And if you added them all up, he probably already hit 1 million subs a long time ago. But the reason why we're doing the show is because Roger is somebody that is very special to me because he's the one that told me to do my YouTube. He's the one that told me to, build my platform, do shows. This was never my lane. For those who have been following me, like on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube was never, ever my lane. It still kind of isn't because I'm always in trouble. But I want you guys to know that if it wasn't for the Roger Report, I would not have started my channel and I would not have been doing all these shows. So I always want to give credit and give flowers when they are due. And I want to make sure Roger can smell them. I wanted to do some quick updates before we get into the show. I want to give a shout out to Godfrey, who was on Club Shay Shay. He did amazing. If anybody's familiar with Godfrey, he is a comedian. He's one of my good friends. He has been on my show like 3 times. So I feel honored to have had him on my show. And Shay Shay has been trying to get in touch with this man for like 3 years. So shout out to Godfrey. I also want to give a shout out, and I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy, to Tiffany. Tiffany has chosen one of the therapists that I had aligned for her. There was 3 people. She chose one, and I made sure her first 4 sessions were paid for. So I want to let you guys know that this is one of the biggest updates. Tiffany has accepted the help of a therapist in Maryland that is going to help start her healing journey. So I want to give a shout out to Tiffany because at first she changed her mind and did not want to do it, but something told her that she needed to do it. So I wanted to let you guys know that there are changes being made. Even if I'm changing one person, helping one person, I've done my job. No matter what anyone says about me, Tiffany is taking the leap of faith. And hopefully in the next couple of months, few months, we can look back and see how she's doing. This is not going to be something that's going to be changed overnight. It is going to take a very long time to heal this young lady. So let's pray for her, her twins, and her baby. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the show. Roger came up with this show idea, which I thought was amazing. So I want to make sure that Roger kind of explained to you guys why this topic was chosen and what we're going to talk about. Some of you guys might not be comfortable, but hey, we can bring you on to the panel so you can tell us why you agree or disagree. Go ahead, Roger.
Okay. Well, thank you for the intro. Thank you for the intro and all the nice words. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. This show is because we do deal with a lot of brokenness in the Black community, and a lot of this stuff is harboring from a lot of different places when it comes to the women. And women have always pushed, and society as a whole has always pushed for Black men to quote unquote do better. But the issue with Black men doing better is that the women have to do better too. And, our women have never really been made to do better. Black men don't really look at women as what they're causing any problems and things like that. But when you produce better men who do not have better women, how are we supposed to mesh? As a man, I am not looking to be your therapist. Okay. That is not my job. That is not my interest. I have no want to even do so. As a man, I'm looking for a woman to be with. I know, and I'm not saying me personally. I'm just saying this is something that goes on when it comes to men. But a lot of times, men get into relationships, and women are acting as if we're supposed to cure them of all the different things that ail them. And they believe it's okay to dump all their problems on us, and as long as there's a story behind it, it's okay to dump the problem. Meaning, well, somebody did this to me when I was a little girl, so therefore I act this way. Well, that's not acceptable. We have a narrative like it is acceptable, but it's not acceptable. You having problems that you have not dealt with is not something that men are looking for. And you can look all over the internet. If you really start listening to what women are saying, basically women are saying, I have problems from this, I have problems for that, and they keep trying to drag the men in with them because they say, it ain't I'm traumatized, it's we traumatized. You got to make me a victim with you, so you can feel better about the fact that you consider yourself a victim. Man, I'm not saying there ain't some people who've been traumatized, but I am saying get yourself fixed before you talk to me. I don't want to be bothered with you. And I know that's harsh for some people to hear or to think about, and it's definitely harsh to accept. But at the end of the day, men who are doing the things they should be doing, and I'm gonna say this, because people say, well, what are men supposed to do? It's not that hard to figure out. As a man, if you've graduated high school and you're 18, when those two things come together, you should be in college or trade school. You should be in the military. You should have a job, or you should start a business. It's not complicated. It's not complex. And if a man is doing any one of those things, then at the end of the day, he needs a whole woman. He don't need somebody who's broken. He needs somebody to quote unquote help him build. Because I know people say, well, black men don't build. Everybody's supposed to be building with their counterpart. There is no society on planet Earth where the counterpart didn't help the man build something. And I know everybody don't believe it, but if you are a Christian, you have to have an understanding that the literal purpose for women existing is to help a man do something. The Bible explains this very clearly in Genesis. That is literally your purpose of being alive, to help a man do something. But in the black community, because of so much brokenness that is ignored, we now have people promoting that a man is supposed to do everything. So what is there for a woman to do? If you can't help me, there's no reason for you to even be around. And I know that's radical for folks because you don't really hear it. But what's the point of a woman that can't help me do something?
Hmm. Okay, I feel you on that. Donnie, what do you think about what he said?
I mean, I co-sign it. I don't want no woman with PTSD. I'm not the janitor. I'm not the wrecking crew. I'm not the cleanup man. When dealing with a woman, I want a woman to come with at least a clean slate. I don't want to deal with the issues that came before me. So, if somebody's coming to help me build, then that's fine. That's great. That's dandy. But I don't want to come in and deal with somebody who says, well, I would help you, but my last boyfriend, he had bad credit and, he was borrowing on me and it messed my credit up. I can't do that. I, I don't want to deal with that. So yeah, I agree with Roger. Roger said it perfectly.
Okay. Okay. Roger, let me ask you this. When you say broken women, this doesn't mean like mental issues as well. Would you date a woman who spent a lot of her time, on social media? Like, do you think women that have their shit together and that do have a man, because I noticed that a lot of the women that attack me, they're single baby mothers. So do you think a lot of their anger towards me is really their anger towards their situation, and they're jealous of mine, and that's why they attack? Because I want to remind you that these women that do attack me, I didn't do anything to them personally. They saw something online and it resonated in their spirit, and now they're attacking me online. Why do you think that happens?
Well, I think your situation has a lot to do with them because number one, you're a married woman. And I know women try to pretend marriage has no value, but the first thing they'll tell a woman is, you ain't got no husband. So we know obviously it's valuable to women, or they wouldn't keep retorting that to a bunch of different people when they have an issue with them. Then the thing is, there's levels of attractiveness. You know what I'm saying? Some women feel that other women are more attractive than them. So of course they want to tear you down because that is their way of competing. I'm gonna say what I've noticed about the black community: women don't normally compete by improving; they normally compete by tearing the other down.
Mm.
You know, when guys grow up, we get a different sense of competition because we even from our playground days, you run, somebody's the fastest. You're trying to figure out how to get faster than the other guy. You're not trying to figure out how to make the other guy slower. So kind of different with women. Women is, proverbially, they're trying to make the other woman slower rather than just get faster herself so she can compete better. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of stones thrown at you because you are something most black women are not, married, and that's just an actual fact. you
Mm.
know and the fact that a man says you're good enough to be married, we don't know that about the other women. They can believe for themselves that they're good enough to be married, but we can't tell, because if the only way for us to tell is you have a husband. I don't
Right.
know if you marriage material if you ain't got no husband, because obviously a man ain't. There is no man who actually said that you marriage material to the point that he actually became your husband. Guys saying it just to say it is one thing, but guys say a lot of stuff to get something, a little something, something from a woman. But we don't know we don't know that you wife material unless somebody actually marries you. Point blank. Period. There's no way for me to know you're wife material and ain't nobody married you, because I think wife material gets married, and that's just real talk.
Mm. It sounds like some people in the comments agree. Now, Donnie, I know that you're married. So how did you know that your wife was good for you? Like what was the how long did it take for you to realize that with your wife?
She didn't give me no headaches. That was a wonderful thing. uh,
Wow.
I
Okay.
real talk. My wife never really gave me no headaches. We didn't
Okay.
always agree on everything, but I've known my wife longer than we were in a relationship. We met, we started talking, and we had a conversation that was very honest, genuine, and true. I let her know all of my past behavior, all of how I get down, how I was moving, and she never tried to change me. She never tried to shame me. It just was what it was. Now, granted, she said I was for the streets, so it was never a relationship dynamic or ideal. But when I got older and I matured, and I saw that I wanted a wife and I wanted to be in a position that required a family, required a woman to build with, she was there. She didn't come with a whole bunch of stress. She wasn't of this dynamic of the Instagram dynamic where she needed to drive this Mercedes. She was concerned with this bag. Everything about my wife screamed wife. So at that point, I would have been a fool not to make her one, right? And as you know, we've been married, we've been rolling, we got kids, and I don't regret my decision not one bit.
Wow. And Roger, what about you and your situation? How has it been with you, especially out on the dating market? How has it been? Is it hard for you to find a woman that's put together, or do most of them come broken?
No, it depends on what you mean by the question. Because is it hard to find a woman? Absolutely not. But I'm not married now. Why am I not married? Because I never proposed. So not one woman have I ever met who was single has been good enough to propose to. And at the end of the day, that's where the rubber meets the road. We all done had some relationships. We all done had somebody that we think is nice to a certain degree. Some people even could think, well, if I would have did this, or should I have kept that one? Did I propose? No. Did I even save money for a ring? No. Did, you know what I'm saying? So I've talked about marriage with a couple of them, but never got to the point where we about to really make this a real thing. And if a man can't see that in a woman, he really should stop wasting his time on that woman. Now, unfortunately, a lot of us, we waste time on women because we will be with a woman 3, 4, and 5 years knowing she ain't good enough to marry. Now, you don't have to say the woman is absolute trash at the
That's
end
a
of the day,
fact.
but why are you with a woman? And honestly, I'm gonna say, for a guy, if you with a woman more than 2 years and you ain't married her, you really wasting your time because you really don't want her like that. You waiting
She's
on her to change,
comfortable.
because I know how men do. You waiting on her to change, and she probably ain't gonna do it. Just wasting time. You know, and I
Yeah.
think a lot of us, we don't understand the actual concept of a man. Marriage is for a man to pick a woman he's willing to take care of.
Mm.
Mm.
And a lot of people don't understand that they're supposed to be in that lead position. And most men don't get it because we are literally more concerned about what a woman thinks than what's real. At the end of the day, whatever woman you get, you got to take care of her. If you
Mm.
don't take care of her, who's going to respect you?
Mm.
You know,
It
but
looks
we
like we got Shy on. Guys, this to me, I am so blessed because back in the day, it used to be me, Roger, Donnie, and Shy. This was our team years ago. We'll be talking Donnie like and Roger back in like 2017. How long ago?
Back in 1984.
Okay, 1984, nigga, please. But guys, it used to be us. This was our little clique right here, and we used to pick on Roger with the $40. I'm telling you that's been going back for years now. But these are three gentlemen that have been in my life that have never steered me wrong. Now I want to remind you guys that I think I only got into it with Dunny before where we had disagreement, and I hung up on him. And when I stopped talking to him for like a week, my information wasn't shared anywhere. He didn't share anything. He didn't. He just waited for me to come back and apologize. These are real people in my life that even if we had a disagreement, they didn't go sharing information and all that. They just waited for me to call them or them to call me so we can hash it. These are three wonderful people.
I just want to say I didn't get the right dollar amount. Go
Oh,
ahead.
shut up, Dunny. And Dunny and Shy are actually married. Roger, he is still waiting for the one. He's very picky. He don't want nobody that just when he say $40, everything they happy. They jump up and down. Roger wants someone that he can actually depend on, that he can trust. A lot of these women, like he said, they are broken, and I see it online every day. And just like Roger said, y'all keep this up. Y'all keep acting crazy online. You will never be a wife. You will never be what I am until you work on yourself. And I realized that 80% of the women that come at me, they're not in relationships. They claim they are, but the way they act, there's no way. Because if you had somebody real in your life, they would tell you to focus your energy on things that matter. And I wanted to say something today when I was watching the club Shay Shay with Godfrey. He said something. He said in the black community we could never work together. We always want to be in competition. They want to see you doing good, just not better than them. The minute you're doing better than them, that's when they attack. And I feel like that's how we are in this community. A lot of these broken women, they feel good attacking others because it makes them feel good. Instead of them working on themselves and doing better, they would rather cause strife and throw all stones at you as if their closet is clean. So I'm noticing that with Roger saying that there's a lot of broken women. I agree. A lot of you women are broken, you're battered, and you're taking it out on the wrong people. And how do you expect a man to love you and support you and take care of you when you think you're the man? It'll never work like that. You ladies need to learn how to be feminine and learn how to be ladies again. A lot of you women are just way too loud and crazy and ghetto, and that is why you're still single, middle aged with kids. And there's no dads because he got tidy ass. Whenever the man leaves, that's all I need to know. That I know you were a headache. So, hey, Shy, can you talk now?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, what up, Shy? How you doing?
Man, it's been so long since I talked to you on this app right here.
5 years? It's
I
been
was
like
like,
5 years, y'all.
yeah, I
Five
had to fix it.
years. Man, I love this dude. How you doing, bro? Man,
Been doing all right. How y'all been doing?
we good. You
Doing well.
the title came from Roger. Whole men, they don't want broken women. I know you're married and you've been married for how long, sir?
Let me see. It's been
Oh, you
well,
gonna
we've
get
been together. No, we've been together since 2010.
oh my
So,
gosh, don't play. You've been
yeah.
oh, you lying.
Now we was friends for a long time, and then then we got married. So I think we've been married since 2000 and I couldn't even tell you, like
Oh, you gonna be in the doghouse.
2016, 17.
Does your wife put you in the doghouse?
No,
I don't want you to get in
no,
trouble. So you
no.
said
We
y'all been
no.
together since
We talk about everything. I've never been in the doghouse. That don't exist to me.
look, hey, it don't exist here either. But when I tell my husband go in the doghouse, he looks at me and just be like he ain't saying this, but his face says it. Bitch, please. Like Dick run this house. I ain't going to no couch. But hey, Shy, you said y'all been together since 2010.
Been together since 2010. Well, no, I'd say been friends since 2010. Been together, yeah, officially since 2011, and then got married in 2016, 17, something like that.
Okay, y'all know that Shy over here copying my life. Shy, me and my husband been together since 2010 and married since 2016. That's crazy. I didn't
That
even
is
know
crazy.
those were your dates. Wow. So how did you know your wife was the one?
You know what? Actually, I was on a date with somebody else at the time.
Ooh,
Uh,
ooh.
when I walked into IHOP, and she was sitting by herself. And when I saw her, like my date actually invited her over, and when she stood up and started walking, I didn't see anybody else. I didn't hear anything else in the building. I just saw her, and I was thinking, "Who is that?" And I tried to stunt, and I paid for everybody's food at the table, hers, my homeboy,
Mhm.
my date, her friend, because I was trying to flex. Like back then, I was broke. I ain't had the money
Is
for all
it
that. All
cricket
that
if you
shit.
got it?
Wait, hold on. How much was this whole bill?
Look, we was at IHOP and it was like after the club. It was a lot. Everybody was
Oh,
hungry.
mm,
So
mm-mm.
either way it knows, I did not have the money to pay. Well, I had the money to pay for it, but it kind of hurt me a little bit, but I had to flex. So, but she was not impressed with that at all.
You said she was not.
She was not impressed. She wasn't thinking about money. She was there to have like just some her time, just like, all right, she's out. She's going out to
Wow.
eat or
You
whatever.
heard that, Roger? Back then they wasn't impressed with the money. Nowadays you say IHOP and they gonna cuss your ass out. IHOP. Like nigga, wait, that better be in Italy because I'm not going there. That's how these women are now. Go ahead, Shy. Go ahead, sir.
She just wants some pancakes. That's it. So but how I knew is, and this is gonna sound crazy, but how I knew is like while we were talking, like it's like she had this energy about her. Like I don't know how, and maybe the guys can back me up, but you know when you got a good woman in front of you, like her mannerisms, everything. She was very respectful. Just her energy was really, really positive.
Mm.
And but when she got up, it's like I saw memories we hadn't even created yet. You ever heard say that they you know, people when they say that their life flashed before their eyes?
Yeah.
It was that
Hey
type of
Roger,
moment.
you thinking this too, Roger? But he's telling me I'm trying to imagine that. This nigga saw a whole movie in his
I
head.
did. I was
Hey,
just
I ain't
thinking,
never
sometimes it's
heard
like
somebody
that.
say that, bro.
oh,
Sometimes it's like that. They
I
say
was
love
like,
at
So
first sight do
I want to go
exist.
back. I want to go back. You said that when she stood up, you didn't see the curves, you didn't see the face, you just saw your life with her.
oh, hey,
You
no,
had
back up. No,
you
roll
saw.
back. I
Go
saw the
ahead, Shy.
curves.
No, I'm
No, I
saying, go
saw
ahead,
the
man.
curves. I
You didn't
saw the
mention the curves,
curves
sir.
too.
I'm sorry. Did he
I didn't
mention the
mention
curves,
that.
or did I miss that?
No, I didn't mention the curves, but I don't want you to get it twisted. I seen the
Okay, so
curves.
you did see the curves, and then that's when you started daydreaming.
But no, but when she stood up, it's like I didn't hear anything in the building. I didn't see anything else. It's like she had this aura, like it was a movie or something. She
Mm.
was walking in slow motion. Um, and then so we get ready to leave. Keep in mind, I still got my date with me. I forgot she was with me.
Oh, but say what happened to the date?
She was there, but like I just didn't. So, and I put it this way: when I saw my date, like I saw her earlier that day at the gas station. All I saw was the curves then.
Okay,
Because
so
she was bad, but that's all I saw. And the only thing I was thinking about was one thing. But when I saw my future wife, it was so much more than that. It was a feeling.
mm,
It was everything was just all encompassing. So
I just
uh
never heard this before. This is wonderful. Hey, Roger, what you think about all this? Have you ever met a woman and like Shy, you saw your life with her, or no? You never got to that stage?
I ain't never had it the way he had it. I mean, I've seen women that look good, but I ain't never had it the way he had it, you know.
Okay.
But I
oh
know
we
people who have had it that way, so I do believe it's a real thing.
This is amazing. Go ahead, Shy. I'm sorry.
it's a real
It's
thing.
like a
So
movie. Go ahead.
I'm
Love
gonna
Joe.
make it. I'm gonna make it a little shorter. So pay for everybody's food, and my homeboy he gets up, and we're walking out, and he's like, "Bruh, like she was bad." I'm like, "Yo, stop. That's off limits. That's gonna be my wife right there." And he was
Mm.
like, "What you mean?" I said, "No, for real. That's gonna be my wife right there." He's like, "How you know?" I'm like, "Just know that that's off limits. I'm gonna get her."
Can I ask you a question? Did you ever watch What's Love Got to Do with It before you said that statement?
With the Tina Turner?
No, I'm messing with you. That nigga said, that's gonna be my wife. So if he would have said, bro, that's my wife, would you have
Nah.
fallen for her? Was it that beautiful?
Look, he was riding in my car. He could have walked back to the house. So, like, you
Oh,
know,
damn. Okay.
yeah,
That sounds
Sometimes you
like
got to
Roger.
pull right.
Roger be like,
right.
how we get here
Thank
again?
you.
Okay.
Exactly. We can pull rank.
Roger be like, how do we get here? Oh, I took you. Okay. So who
Oh,
wife is it? Okay.
we was in the hood too. Like, nah, he didn't want to walk home at
Okay, so go
3 o'clock in the
ahead.
morning over there.
So
And then,
how did it all happen?
well, so then that, like, you know, we would go ahead and go home. The girl, she came with me. Not my wife, but the girl, she came home with me. I could not think about anything else except my future wife. So, you know, we went to sleep. I did not sleep with her. I wasn't even thinking about that. We got up the next morning. She was like, "Yo, you don't want?" I'm like, "No, I'm good. Go ahead and head on to the house."
Damn.
Um, make it worse, fellas. I know y'all could identify with this. I faked like I had to go to work, and I was like, "Well, I got to get ready to go to work." So I got up. I left the house, and she left too. And then I circled back and came back. That's how I got rid of her.
Wait. Roger laughing. I think Roger's done that before. So
We've all done that before.
is that when you like take her to the club and then you don't see what she looked like because y'all got out before the lights came on, and then you wake up and her face is on the pillow and you like, damn, and you say, I gotta go to work.
No, I just didn't want to deal with it. Like I didn't want her around me because I wasn't thinking about her or sex or anything. I was
But why
like,
didn't you drop her off at home, sir?
She had her own car.
Okay, why didn't you tell her to go home? That your stomach was hurting.
Because I was like, I ain't get the heart to tell. Like I ain't thinking about her like that no more. I ain't had
I
a
think
heart to.
Roger's done that before because I know Roger. Roger be like, my stomach hurt. You didn't eat anything.
Nah,
That's the thing. It
I,
hurt.
honestly, I would have told her something worse. I'd have told her the truth. You know,
I ain't had a heart. I did not have the heart. I
Roger
was like,
does. Roger has a black heart. Roger been like, I just saw my future wife. I saw the movie and everything. You gotta go. All
I
right.
mean,
she should have known it was Saturday morning. Like nobody work on Saturday morning. She should have known.
Okay, so you faked like you had to go to work, and then you drove to your future wife's house, and you parked
No,
outside
no,
the
no,
house, and
no,
you just
no,
watched her.
no.
Okay.
My future wife, I didn't get the number. Like I didn't even really know her name. Because she just came over and sat down with us because my date invited her over. So I was just trying to think, okay, what can I do to find out who that is? What she's about. And from then on, actually, every time I saw her, like she would shoot me down. She wasn't hearing it. And it wasn't because she didn't want to talk to me. From our conversations afterwards, after getting married, she said that she would shoot me down because she knew I was a nice guy and she did not want to hurt me because at the time she wasn't ready for a relationship. So she
Mm.
said she said she said I knew you was a nice guy. I didn't want to hurt you, so that I wasn't shooting you down because I didn't want to talk to you. She said I thought you were very attractive, but I knew that I wasn't in the right place to be with you like that because I knew I was
Ooh.
going to talk. Yeah.
So she was probably
So
broken at the time, huh?
yeah, she said she wasn't in a good mental space, and she said she was cool with just being my friend, but she didn't want to hurt me, and she didn't want to talk to anybody. It wasn't that she was hollering at anybody at the time. She said she didn't want to hurt me because she knew I was a good dude.
Okay, so then
Compared
you
to,
hit it, and then you proposed the next day.
and then I what?
Okay, no, I was trying to sum up the story. Go ahead.
No,
So Roger,
no,
that's what I thought he was gonna say. I hit it, and then I definitely
no,
saw the ring I was gonna get her in
not at
advance.
all.
So,
Nah, man, I ain't hit it for a long time. Like no,
oh wait, so she made you wait. How long she make you
yeah.
wait?
No, we was because we found out that we had similar friends, similar friend groups. So I ended up one of her friends was a good friend of mine. We had a good mutual friend, and I said, "Yo, hook me up with her." And she was like, "Well, if you hook me up with your homeboy, I will hook you up with her. I'll put a good word in for you." So what happened? I think one night I was at a sports bar and there was this old lady selling burnt CDs or whatever. That's a long time ago, selling burnt CDs. And then I told her, I said, look, that woman right there, I said, I gave her some money. I said, give her my number and tell her she can get any CDs that she want, any 5 CDs she want. It was some old stupid tactics. I ain't had no game. Um, so she picked the CDs out she wants. She had my number, but she was still apprehensive. She still didn't call me. So when I figured out that me and her had the same mutual friend, I talked to her friend, said, put a good word in for me. And she said, okay, I'm gonna do that. Hook me up with your homeboy. So I did that. And then next thing you know, me and her, we were talking on, I think it was Twitter or something, going back and forth like all freaking day, talking to each other, sending each other messages. And we really, really hit it off. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe a few months pass and we finally decided to go out with all of our entire friend group. So it's like 30 of us at a place. And then I was like, yo, you want to get out of here? So I had a bottle of liquor in the car. We went and sat in my car and we would ask each other questions. I said, okay, if you don't want to answer a question, you got to take a shot. So we was drunk as hell because we were still being protective of ourselves. We was taking shots back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up still hitting it off really, really well. We forgot that we was even out there with the rest of our friends. They was texting us, asking them where we was. And we was like, turned our phones off and just kept each other company, talking in the car. Nothing happened that night either. I went home, she went home. But after
So
that, we
okay,
became
let's
inseparable.
fast forward for this chat fall asleep.
Yeah. Because it is a boring story.
No, it ain't boring. No, this is something I would love to do on our. I'm gonna have a married couples episode, and I'm gonna need the story. So go ahead. So you hit it, and then you
Nope,
propose.
nope. Still didn't hit it.
Still didn't hit it. Okay.
I didn't
Go ahead.
care. I didn't care about that. I wasn't even worried about that because
Mm.
so the quality of the relationship that was developing was way more important to me than having sex.
Wait, wait, wait,
It,
wait, 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 wine. Can you repeat that and say that one more time out loud?
so the quality of the relationship that was developing was way more important than just having sex. Like that ain't what I wanted right then. I was like, okay, this is worth because usually if I meet a woman within 2 weeks, I'm a smash. This time I'm like, I ain't worried about all that because there's something I got this feeling there's something really, really here. And
Mm-hmm.
after that night, we became inseparable. Like we was, if you saw her, you saw me. But we still wasn't in a relationship yet. We was just with our friends, and it just became closer and closer until we finally got into a relationship. And after that, it was on. Like, and we still didn't do nothing until, later on. We had been
How
dating for
late,
a long
sir?
time.
How late,
Uh
sir?
I want to say probably maybe like 5 months, something like that.
Man, that's not bad. I mean, I know that's hard for you men to refrain from
No,
doing. I know
it's
you was
not.
probably watching some shows and
I'm gonna tell you this because she was real. She said, Shy, I know a lot of women are trying to get at you. If you meet somebody that you want to have sex with, she said, I can't stop you because we're not married. She said, but if you do, tell me so there's no lies between us. I don't want you to hide nothing from me. I'm like, all
mm,
right, bet.
and
So
that made you not want to do it.
no shit, I was smashing motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, damn. This story went left. Wait, so
it,
long
it didn't go
story.
left.
But
It
you
didn't
said
go
you saw
left.
your wife.
No,
So you
it didn't go
basically
left.
cheated
It
on
was
your future
real.
wife.
I didn't cheat on her. We weren't in a official
No, no, I know,
relationship.
but you said that you envisioned her being your wife, so you
I
cheated.
did. No, I didn't cheat. She said, be honest with me. She said,
Okay,
if you're gonna have sex with somebody, let me know. And I told her, she would even ask me, was it good? And
what the
now
hell?
just listen to me. So
Okay,
if I told her, I said, yeah, it was all right. And she was like, okay, cool. She didn't get mad at me at all. She said, I can't say nothing about that. But even though I did that, I didn't feel anything from having sex with a woman. I was like, yeah, in my mind, I'm like, you know what? This is kind of empty. Like, I didn't really get nothing out of that. Like, what was the point of me
mm,
doing that? Keep in mind, I'm a man. I'm still developing too.
were you okay if she was doing that too, smashing dudes?
I wouldn't be able to get mad at her if she did, but she just
You,
didn't.
you know
Like
she
you,
did.
no, she didn't. She didn't.
Oh,
That's the
okay,
thing. You have to be realistic about things. Because if I'm allowed to do some shit, I cannot be mad at her. I have to assume that if it's happening on my end, she could possibly do it on her end too.
right. Okay. So you said that y'all did end up eventually hooking up. So at
Right.
what point did you actually wait, so you already said it. So it took you several years before you proposed and got married, correct?
Pretty much, yeah. I was already putting things into work. Like, I was like, I didn't want to be in debt. I didn't want her to be in
Right.
debt either. So I,
Right.
I taught her how to get rid of debt. Same thing. Fast
Mm,
forward, I was already getting my shit together as far as like the house and everything goes. So I got the house. We moved in, and we weren't married then. And so I think one evening I had a plastic black lantern ring from like a comic book store, and she said, "Shy, if you give this to me, I'm gonna say yes. You don't got to get me no diamond or anything like that." What happened was on my phone, I was looking for diamond rings and stuff. She saw it, but I had just bought the house, so she's like, "Don't put yourself in debt trying to get me a ring too." She's like, "You can give me this plastic ring," and I'm gonna say yes.
mm,
I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because I didn't know she saw my phone with the diamond rings and stuff on the screen. I didn't know she had seen that, and she was like, "You don't got to give me no expensive ring. You can give me this plastic ring right here." I'm gonna say yes. I'm like, word? She said, yeah. So then, and I'm like, this is the end of the story. I said, she said, well, I said, well, let's get married next year. She said, well, let's do it next month. I said, let's do it Monday then. She was like, all right, let's do it Monday. And guess what happened?
eh,
We got married that Monday.
damn. So y'all and then everything's going well. It
It
sounds like
cost me
you guys
$25 for that marriage. And that was the
y'all
cost of the
okay.
marriage certificate.
Don't tell me you went to the courthouse too.
We sure did.
I'm
Why
so
why
tired
is
of
it gonna
follow
go
my
on
life. I
Monday?
think I know you, man. How the hell you follow my exact life? Let me tell y'all ladies something. This man has been married as long as I've been married. We've been married. Well, you said 2016 or 17, sir. Which year?
I think I got in a wreck that year. So, but I think it was 16 or 17.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
So
17.
okay, so you've been married for 7 years, me 8 years. Okay, so what I want to tell people is that we did not have no extravagant wedding. A lot of these women, they don't really want to be married. They just want to have a big wedding so they can show off on the women that they don't like. It's all about glamour and glitz. Then when all that fades and then you're in debt, he spent all that money on the ring and the honeymoon and the wedding ceremony. Now y'all living in a one-bedroom shack, and then you're driving a Honda and you're both mad at each other and the marriage doesn't work. Y'all have to understand that all that glitz and glamour, you can go right down to the courthouse, pay that little $25 and bam,
Yep.
y'all married. Have a reception, have a party, but you don't have to go all out to impress people you don't even like. The marriage is about two people coming together as one. It ain't about all them people coming to see. So I want y'all to know that most people who got married privately, they're lasting in this world. But these Portia Williams with all these 8 weddings and all these African ceremonies, look where she's at, divorce. A lot of you women, y'all want the wedding, but not the marriage. Just keep it real, because y'all broken. That was a good story, Shy. It really was. We have a few people that join here. Let's go to Hustle. Hustle, go ahead, man. Hustler, go ahead.
What's good, Daphne?
What's good?
Nothing much. Now, the initial topic was men trying to fix a broken woman, or we don't want we don't want broken women. I agree with that 100% because it debunks this whole narrative that it takes a strong man to fix a broken woman. I've been hearing that for as long as I can remember, but I never believed it 100%. I mean, it don't make a lot of sense for us men to come to y'all ladies already put together, but yet y'all can come to us half-ass and half-ass fixed up or whatever. We got to fix y'all. No, I'm not going for that. I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it.
So
And
let me
by the way,
go ahead.
I need a clear definition. What exactly makes somebody broken? Because broken can mean anything. Financially broken, mentally broken. What does it
Roger,
mean to be broken? Because
hold on.
I've seen on more ends. But go ahead. I've seen on all ends. So what's the clear cut
No,
definition of a broken
that's a good
person?
question. Go ahead and take it away, Roger.
Okay, well, let me give one small correction too, because earlier you did say I was picky. I've never been picky when it come to women. All I
Yes, you
need
are.
you to be is
Yes,
no.
you
I
are,
just need you
Roger.
to be decent. I don't need you
Okay,
to be picky. I don't need you to be no stop.
Roger. Would you date a woman that looked like Lizzo?
I
Hell
mean,
no.
Point
That
taken.
ain't picky though. That
hold
ain't
on.
picky.
I'm just saying that's
She's
implying if
beautiful.
you
She
don't look
just
like
big. Wait,
Lizzo,
no,
it's picky. Come on.
hold on, Roger, hold on. Lizzo to me in the face attractive. So I'm not saying she's ugly. She's just a BBW. Would you
Can
date
we
an
ask your
overweight
husband that
woman?
question though? I know you think she's attractive in the face, but can we ask your husband that? Because your perspective
I,
on pretty
No,
women is
my
going to be
husband's gonna
different than
say hell
ours.
no. No, my husband's gonna say hell
Okay.
no.
Then we
okay.
trust with his word
Well,
on she's attractive.
well, Well, let me just say this because I've said it somewhere else before. Lizzo is so big, I still don't know what she look like. I'm not looking in her face. She too big for me to worry about what her face look like. She's just too big. But
Damn.
that's not gonna make me picky. No, I'm not a picky guy. But when it comes to the gentleman's question on being broken, there's different ways that women are broken. She can be broken spiritually. She can be broken mentally. Yes, she definitely can be broken financially as long as she has problems that she's trying to offload on the guy she's going to be in a relationship with, she is broken. As a man, I want you to come already whole. I don't want you to give me stuff to fix. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying a woman got to be perfect, but we got to deal with somebody who's workable at the end of the day. If you're broken because something happened in your childhood and you have some trauma going on, or you breaking down and crying over nothing and all that type of stuff, and you need to get professional help, you're not even supposed to be in the dating market. Unfortunately, a lot of men, we have been trained to not tell a woman she shouldn't be in the dating market. Go get yourself fixed, then holler at us. We'll talk to you then. Because who really wants a broken woman in any form of fashion?
And not
Okay,
only that,
so
go for the females who are already fixed.
okay, Roger, let me ask you this. I think Donnie had to go. I know he had to go back to work. But Roger, let me ask you this. Okay, so according to your logic, I should not have been a wife because I didn't know how broken I was until, like I told people, my husband reached his hand up and I ducked. And then I had to tell him about my abuse. I never told him, I hid it. And I never brought it into the relationship because he had no clue. The reason he found out is because when he put his hand up and I ducked. But I was broken. I lost all these people in high school. I lost basketball. I lost a lot of things young, and yet I suppressed all that, and I didn't talk about it. So going through that and in an abusive relationship, then I get into another relationship a year later, and I didn't even tell my husband straight up. He had to find out that way, but he stayed with me. So and hold on. And a lot of people, when they hear that we were together in 2010 and got married in 2016, they think that he just made me wait because I wasn't worth it. And that wasn't the case. I was trying to live. I was really, really sick during a period of that time. And he stuck by my side. He should have left, according to your logic, because I was broken. Is that what you're
So what?
saying?
No, I'm not saying that because
No, I'm
my
just
thing
asking.
is, no, I get you, but I'm
Okay.
saying this for a reason. Black people got to get away from perfection.
Oh, okay.
I don't believe you should require anyone to be perfect because you ain't perfect yourself. So how can you ask for somebody to be perfect and you're not perfect? So I don't believe in asking for perfection. What I believe is if you have an issue, go get your issue solved. Now you said you didn't bring it into your relationship, which means in some kind of way you were doing something about it. A lot of women bring their stuff into their relationships. You meet a young lady, she's telling you about stuff. Now let's say she do got a baby daddy. Because I've dated single mothers before. I didn't even know single mother was so prevalent until I was a grown man because I didn't pay no attention to it like that. So I've dated single mothers and everything. Okay, well, my baby daddy crazy. I've heard that before. My baby daddy crazy. Okay, so why we dating if your baby daddy crazy? If your baby daddy is crazy enough to mention to me like I'm supposed to go deal with him, then why are you talking to me in the first place? You're not over this nigga. You're entertaining him enough for whatever your reason is. Maybe it's the excitement that you want. Maybe it's the lifestyle that he's giving or whatever. But if he's worth mentioning to me right from Jump Street, why are you talking to me in the first place? You're not over him, which means to me you're broken. Because maybe you hold for him, but you definitely broken for me. Because why am I trying to concern myself with a woman who got another nigga on her mind? It just is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, I get that. So I want to go to Truth. Is it Truth Teller? I like how you
Yes,
spelled it.
ma'am.
Truth, you there?
Yes, ma'am. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. Do you have anything you want to say with this topic?
All right, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate, right?
Oh man.
I'm not
Oh,
gonna
here
play
we
devil's
go.
advocate the way you think. Y'all know me. Come on now.
Go ahead,
I
no go.
gotta
Do your
throw a
thing.
little monkey wrench in there somehow, some way. So first of all, I am married. I have been married for over 20 years. I have my wife was a single mother when I met her. I was a
Mm,
single father when we got together. So we were both single parents at the same time. I had custody of a 2-year-old boy. She had custody of a 4-year-old boy. So from the direction I'm coming from, just understand that's where I'm coming from in my purview. To your question to Roger, I'm gonna say you were not yet a wife, but your husband stuck it out with you, right?
right.
So he's actually your Captain America. He's your Superman. He's your savior. Hopefully, and I don't know. You probably do, but hopefully you cherish him that way because
Yeah. My back. Yeah. And I've had his.
truth be told, he probably should have avoided the costs that he had to pay because he did have to go through some costs to get to where y'all are in y'all current relationship, and he had no responsibility to any of the damages that was caused, right? But he took it upon himself, and he decided, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help this woman. I have this much feelings for her. I think she's that important. I think she's valuable. I want to stick it out. Awesome. But he was willing to pay the cost. I won't judge men for making that decision if they're willing to pay the cost. What I do have a problem with is them niggas that be out here complaining after they make the decision to pay the cost and it blow up in their face, and then they want to complain about the goddamn cost costing too much. That's a problem.
That's
Okay,
right.
Um,
Truth Teller. Can I put a pin in and just
sure.
elaborate on what you
Do you
said?
think? Yes, ma'am.
So wait, is somebody using a vibrator? What is going on?
It's no. I was winding up my
I think
car
that's a
window. That was
reefer.
So I'm about to say y'all
that
getting
was
off on this show.
that
That
was.
ain't no,
Where
no,
your mind
no, we
going?
ain't
What you
doing that.
doing?
I ain't trying to lose my channel. I just got it. I'm just saying. It was live. I got scared because I'm like, ain't no
No,
listen
that
for
was
me.
that was
Hey,
my
What are you
window.
so
I
thinking
was
about?
I
I'm
think that's an
gathering to my
electric raver.
community. Yeah.
okay, I just want to make sure
That's
I'm
an
on the same
electric
show,
razor.
y'all.
I have
I'm
one
about to
too.
say this show
That's
is
what it is,
beautiful, but
electric
it ain't,
razor.
you know? Okay, no, what I wanted to say to you, Teller, is I definitely agree with you. My husband should have definitely walked away. But I want to remind you that before I had my mental breakdown and I met my husband, I had his back. He was fresh out of, college, and he
Hmm.
relocated to where I was. And I had no problem taking him in and helping him with finding a job where he was in my state. And that took a little time, and I was patient. I was working for the state, so I was making pretty good money. Never held that
Gotcha.
over my husband's head. He just got out of a university, right? Fresh out of football. So I helped my husband. So it's like he was paying that back to me when I needed his help. So I want to remind people that, when you're at your lowest, when a man is at their lowest, that's when most women walk away because what can he do for me? I never saw that in my husband. I saw potential. I knew that he was trying, and that was a turn on to me. I didn't care how that I made more money. I didn't care about all that. And when I invested that time into him and he found his lane, he went up from there. So again, I feel like it was him saying, you know what, you had my back when no one else did. So now that you need me, I'm gonna be right here. That's where I think that came from. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
And I could definitely understand that. I have a similar circumstance with my wife because when we got married, we and both of us being single parents, we were basically broke. So there was been time or two I needed my wife to support me in the past. So I could definitely understand that. But
Oh, thank
but
you.
but but
But
but
here go
but
to but. He said that loud.
but
But go ahead.
but a young man coming out of school, there's gonna be trials and tribulations that he'll have to face before he can grow into a man.
Mm,
Taking on such costs as what he did severely and significantly held him back. But he decided to make that sacrifice. So that's his call. And look, he has a successful marriage. So we can applaud him for that. But I do need women to understand. I know y'all think holding a man down at the start is awesome for you to do. Don't get me wrong. And most men who get that from their women actually do remember it. I remember that from my wife. Can ask me for anything right now. She'll probably never get a no unless she want me to spend 25 grand on a piece of jewelry, which she has asked, and I've had to tell her no. So I I can understand that, but you do have to understand a man's potential increases over time. Slowing him down is actually hurting him, even though you think you might be helping to support him. Most men have to go through the problems of a man's life in order for them to gain success. So it's just important for you to make sure you understand that and maybe not take so much credit for shielding him from that, right? Now you were in his corner. I got to give you praise on that. That's awesome. But at such a young age coming out of college, it might have been more beneficial for him not to take that step. And you have to keep that in the back of your mind as his wife now.
Okay, we can agree to disagree. I like I said, I'm open to listening to everybody else's point of view, but I'm gonna always tell you I don't agree. But
Well,
I hear you.
I'm willing
I
to
hear you.
listen to what you have to say
I
because
I do want to say
that's your
I
point of
do
view. I respect
I
it.
do see it the way truth tellers see it, because as a man, if you're gonna take a woman who has some level of brokenness to it, there is always gonna be a cost. And I think men have to be realistic about that. I know my father trained me that at the end of the day, they all gonna cost you something. Are you willing to pay that cost? Your husband was willing to pay whatever that cost was for you. It doesn't mean somebody else is going to be willing to pay that cost. It doesn't. I'm not saying that women can be broke, because there's a lot of women that I've dealt with, for a short period of time, and I seen crazy. What I'm saying, early, I wasn't willing to pay that cost. My thing was like, yeah, you crazy, so I'm just gonna leave you where you at. And it just was that. And a lot of women are shocked when the guy tells them that. But I just tell them, look, you too crazy for me. I don't want to go through your healing. You
Okay,
do
so
need to
Roger,
heal. I'm not saying you don't. I don't want to go through it though.
okay, Roger, let me ask you this: when you say that a man is
Exactly.
willing to pay the cost, elaborate on that. So, in my predicament, what I just told you about my relationship from the beginning, what cost do you think my husband paid?
Well, the thing is, automatically, if someone has anything going on with them, there will be time, money, energy, and it could be mental, emotional support, whatever it is. If I know my woman has a problem, and I'm going to continue to be with this woman, whatever I have to do to help her get through her problem, that is on the table now. Now that could cost you money. It could be, actually paying for a therapist. It could be going to the therapist with her. It may just cost you time. It may not cost you no money out of pocket. But what if her healing process is she got to talk to this therapist? Now the therapist got to talk to the guy she with. But now you got to start showing up to these sessions. It's always some type of cost that's gonna have to be paid. Now I don't know personally what your husband would cost, but he may have to figure out what's the best way to lead the home, what routine he's going to have. There's certain things he just going to have to take off the table because my wife cannot handle this mentally. Maybe the guy like to have poker nights on Friday, but because of how my woman is and because of some conditions she's been through that she's not technically over, I got to leave that part out. We can't do this because it will put too much mental stress on her. There's always a cost somewhere. The
Okay,
question is, is the man willing to pay it?
okay, so
And also,
all those things you said, when it came to me, getting my own help for myself. My husband wasn't in any of those sessions. I did that on my own. I paid for it on my own. He supported me, but I had a lot of support. I was in my state, so I had that support. He was still able to work. He was still able to do everything that he normally does because I removed myself from the situation to spend that time that I needed with that therapist and with my coach and with my pastor, with whoever it was, so that I can work on me and be a better me for him. So it didn't cost him anything. The only time that I really needed him is when I was home and he was home. And I would just tell him how it went and that I'm working on being better. But it was never a time where he had to take off work. It affected our bills. I made sure
Well,
that we made sure that I was in the position to where I can get the help and it would not affect us at home. I just wanted to be
I
better.
but let me say
So you were
this to you.
basic.
That's beautiful for your case.
Yeah,
As a
yeah, that's what
man
I'm
who
saying.
doesn't,
I wanted to
no, no,
say
no,
my case for that reason.
no, no. but I'm saying in your case, he won. Point blank period. He won. He got the right outcome in that particular case. But I'm saying because women in general will take one woman winning and say this is a blanket thing for everyone. No, I don't know the cost of your healing. That's one thing I understand as a man. See, I was raised to understand I do not know the cost of someone else's healing. So guess what? If I want to, I can. And if I don't want to, I'm just going to move on because I don't know what the cost is. So I got to already be willing to pay this unknown cost to me to help some women heal. It's a lot of times I'm just not going to be willing to pay that cost. Point blank period. Because I don't feel like it. I don't have to have a good reason. I
Okay, can I
just
ask you a
don't
question,
feel
Roger?
like supporting you through your issue.
Can I ask you a question?
Go
Let's
ahead.
say that you meet the woman of your dreams and y'all get married, and then down the road, your wife just all of a sudden has a mental breakdown. What do you do as her husband? You've never seen this behavior. This is all new to you. She is toe up
So
from the floor up.
I can
I
answer
mean,
that.
hold on. I mean, she has to be
Hmm.
admitted to where they have to really help her fix her mental issues. Because women and men do have nervous breakdowns for no reason at any point in life. So if your wife
So
became broken
mhm.
in that relationship, what do you do?
What this is
So
the thing. You already said the key point. If it's my wife, I'm willing to pay any
there we
cost
go.
for my wife.
There we
But
go.
now but this is what I also said. You've never seen your wife in this state of mind, right?
She
Now
my
she's in a
wife.
Never.
state of mind where, okay, I
There's
understand.
no
So
Yeah.
cost I'm unwilling to pay for my wife.
so it wouldn't
Period.
change. So if she did this before you guys got married, you would leave her?
No.
Well, it
What happens
depends.
before
Are we
would
married?
determine it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we
Yeah.
married,
Hold
I've
on, I
already.
heard two answers. I'm confused. Who's talking?
It's truth.
Well, go ahead,
I'll
truth.
answer,
Truth, go
Roger.
ahead.
Yeah, yeah. If we're married, that's my wife. Whatever happens. So, and we talk about this all the time amongst ourselves, right? There's certain characteristics men carry to be, quote, a man. What you just described, the characteristics of honoring your wife and taking care of her, is one of those characteristics of being a man. So if she does have a breakdown, and we don't cringe at the word of being obligated. I know a lot of ladies, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm not talking about you, Charity. Uh, CelebriD. I'm talking about the ladies, listening. You guys cringe at being obligated to your man. As men, we have no issues with being obligated to our wives. That's actually something we actually honor because we chose them to be our wives. If she has a breakdown and she's my wife, I'm there for my wife. Now, if she had a breakdown before I met her and we getting together and something crackling at the point we just getting to know each other, I'm gonna have to rethink that relationship. She ain't make the cut yet.
Okay, so let
And
me ask you this,
also,
Taylor.
so, yeah,
What if you guys were engaged and she had a mental breakdown? Is it over?
I still,
Yes,
it might be
send it
over.
back.
Yeah, might be over.
Damn.
Might
Send
be
it
Okay.
back.
over.
Yes,
Yep,
sir.
Yeah,
probably.
Damn.
Send
yeah, might
her
be
back.
over.
So salute to
Why would I buy a
everyone.
broken toy? What's going
Okay.
on, Sauce?
Just
I want to
what's
keep
going
going.
on?
Who's talking right now?
Hot sauce.
Hold on, hot sauce, because Kev was on too, and I skipped him. I'm sorry, Kev. Kev, go ahead, dear.
Hey, so shout out to you, Mrs. CelebriD, and I've been actually watching your channel for a little bit. I've seen a lot of your work. Shout out to you for the Rhoda Osmond thing, the
Thank,
work you're doing with Miss Tiffany there, and then I've seen you interact with the comedian Godfrey. So,
thank you.
good on you for what you're doing. Um, I'm gonna try to get this done in about 6 or 7 minutes or so, because I'm gonna go downstairs here in a little bit, back with the family. But I've been listening, and long story short, I grew up as a foster kid, so that could have created some problems for me. Uh, but what I wound up doing was going into the military, and I'll just, my long story short is that I eventually became a husband, father. I'm a veteran now. Of course, I went and got degrees and stuff, so academic, and I call myself a mid-level, what you call it, a scholar, educator, and I mentor, young men who are, willing to listen to me and just take my advice. Of course, I raised my kids. They're all adults now. The last one is in college, and she's got a few more years, and then she graduates, and after that, the wife and I are done. But I did want to pop up and just kind of give a couple of stories as it relates to what you're talking about for the topic. The broken women coming to good men, because we just don't have time for it. We're not gonna be able to deal with it effectively, and we're not really knowing what we're getting into anyway. And the experience that I had, I was I did get married, made some kids and all the other stuff. And then, unfortunately the marriage didn't work out, got divorced. And then I started dating again, took some time away. Then I started dating again, met a couple of women, and it didn't go well with either of them. One to the extent that, one, she was divorced. She had a couple of kids, and I didn't have a problem dating women with kids. I was kind of like Roger, didn't have a problem dating women with kids because I had kids myself. But out of that relationship, I mean, she started doing some weird things, disappearing here and there, being real suspicious and all this other stuff. Turns out she was kind of dealing with another dude on the side, or some ex dude I had no idea about. So once I figured that out, I said, hey, I'm not competing with this other dude. I don't know what this is about. And I just kind of ended that and moved on to, something later on. Met another woman, again, divorced woman with kids. And I made a mistake here, and guys don't do this, but, she was a nice lady up front. She was nice to me. I was nice to her. Moved her in. Well, essentially, I went and rented a nice house, got her kids into a good school, all this other stuff. But what I didn't take into account was that she had a sorry ass ex-husband, right? And dude was in and out of jail, or I'm not sorry, jail. He was in and out of prison. Like he did like actual time. And then I found out later on, shortly into the relationship, that she had been touched. I'll just say that she had been touched, while she was a teenager. And there was some domestic abuse with her ex-husband, or she alleged there was domestic abuse with her ex-husband. And look, by the time I figured all of this stuff out, I was not ready for this because I really only had like a couple of girlfriends here and there. And when I ran into these two women, they were giving me issues and problems, and I wasn't really. I thought most women were good. That's kind of because I thought mostly women were good and we were the screw ups, right? We were the ones making all the problems and issues, and whenever a relationship went bad, it was probably something the man had to do with, right? But it turns out that the women that I ran into, there was reasons for their divorce, and like I said, with all the issues and problems that these women brought to me, I was not prepared to deal with that. So basically, I ended both of those relationships. But that last one was real rough because when I decided to break it off, she tried to do a lot of things to make life real rough for me, and she was upset that I was leaving and kind of walking out that door. And remember, at this point, I already moved her into a nice house, had her kids in school, all this other stuff. I was like, look, you can stay in this house, do what you need to do, but I'm out because you got too much issues going on, and I was not prepared to deal with it. I mean, that may or may not have been the right way to handle it, but the other thing too is that what she did was she kind of slow. What do you call it? What do you call it? They kind of call it kind of like a slow drip of the information. Like all of these issues and problems that she had, she revealed it to me over a period of time. Whereas if she'd have just told me all of this stuff up front, I'd have been like, well, it sounds like you got a lot going on. You know what? You get all that worked out, and if I'm still available, then we can see if we can make something happen. But she did this thing where she kind of, I'm not gonna say she convinced me, I kind of convinced myself to kind of square away, do all of these nice things, and I thought it was going to be kind of an easy thing, and she made the whole relationship, the last one, the second one, made the relationship really rough and difficult for me, and I was just not prepared. I was losing sleep. I wasn't, it was affecting me at work. The guys at work noticed. Even the student, I was an instructor at the time, so even my students were like, "What is going on with Mr. Kev over here, Sergeant so and so?" So I said all that to say this is that if you have a woman that's messed up and you bring her into your life, she's going to drain you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, all of this stuff. And men who have their life together to some extent, and I'm not going to sit here and say I was perfect because I have my issues too, but at the same time, I wasn't any of the problems in these relationships. I was doing all the stuff I needed to do because I thought, again, in my naive mindset that if you did all the right things as a man, women would recognize that, they'd appreciate it, and then then they just fall in line, and that it didn't work out that way. And then on top of that, like I said, with the second woman that I dealt with, she just kind of slow dripped the information, and then it just added up, and I was like, look, you got a lot going on. I can't deal with this. I'm gonna have to terminate this relationship, and that's kind of how that went. So that's kind of like a long story short to kind of emphasize the fact that we as men who have it together, and we know there's women, it happens in reverse, but we're talking about women here, because men have to take on a lot of responsibilities. Once it's kind of like what you guys were talking about, these men, if the woman's going through something and you're already married to her, we have a sense of duty, obligation, and honor to actually fulfill all of those, those needs. and whatever comes up. So we're not just going to dip out because we're linked up to you. But in a lot of ways, and a lot of times, you have kids attached to the situation. So we're not just going to give up on the woman that we're married to. But if you show up with all these issues and problems, then we're not going to have time to fix all of that, and we're not going to be interested. And that's that's probably about the best way I can sum that up, and that relates to the topic that you guys are talking about. You guys have any questions?
No, I definitely understand what you said. That pretty much sums it up, and it kind of aligns with what Roger said. Hot sauce, what's your take, hon?
Well, I'm just gonna say this a couple things. I think black men have been the trash men of dating for too long, so it proliferates the broken women kind of syndrome. And it's good to have these kind of conversations to let women know that we turned in our resignation papers. Black men are not supposed to be dating broken women. It's up to her family to make sure that she's presentable and ready to be married, and black men need to start acting accordingly. One of the when I was engaged, I got engaged to the wrong woman, and part of the reason is she wasn't raised by her father. She comes from a single mother parent, so of course I'm going to get damaged goods. And so fortunately, we never got married, and I dodged a bullet, and I sent her back. And I think I know moving forward that men need to definitely start thinking as far as when you're married and you want to breed for kids, you know, you don't. I mean, you want a woman who's going to represent to be a good mother. And if she's having emotional issues and things like that, you got to send her back, especially in the beginning of the marriage. Because even if I marry her, if she's going crazy the first 3 months or first 3 years, I'm sending her ass back to her family. You sold me broken goods, and that's pretty much it.
I want to say
Right? There
this.
should be
I want to.
there's a 5 year warranty. There's a 5 year warranty on this shit. So she got to make it 5 years without acting a fool before I'm going to be like I'm good. Right? You got 5 years to like on the 6 or 7 year, then okay, it's my responsibility. But you cutting up in year 4, year 5, you're going back to your fucking father. I apologize for cussing. You're going back to your father.
Mm.
That's real talk.
So I do
You
want
gonna
to add
you
something
gonna
to what
start
House.
hot sauce. You got a 5-year warranty. How does that sound, hot sauce?
Yeah, yeah, brothers, look, man, look, because first of all, shout out to the brothers in the wilderness, because we don't even deal with this really, but for the brothers who really want to get out here and date these modern women, put them on a 5 year probation, because if she acting like a fool for the first 5 years, even if you vow I do, look, man, if she's on some crazy nut stuff, send her back.
Mm.
Let me
You're
say
gonna get a
this.
lot of hate. That's coming from
uh,
hot sauce. For those
let
who
me
don't
let
know,
me let me say this.
hot sauce is his name.
As far as look, I'm gonna tell you this, and this is gonna be very important for like young men that's out there. If you have drama in your relationship already and you haven't like shit it just ain't clicking, I'm sorry for cursing, but if things just ain't clicking right off the back, or at least like going towards that, a marriage is not gonna fix anything.
Mm.
It's gonna get worse because now y'all live together. Now you really get to see who the person is, behind the facade, behind the persona that you're representative. If things are really dramatic in the beginning or even in the relationship, a marriage is not gonna make anything else just magically go away. Because marriage is work. Marriage is not the end all be all fix all
Hmm.
of relationships. It's just not. There's gonna be some times you like, you know what, I can't stand this MF, but that's
Oh, you
because
can cuss. You can cuss.
okay, yeah, you can be like,
Yeah.
man, I can't stand this motherfucker. But
Hmm.
what I was getting at from my story is honesty goes a long way. You have to establish that trend and also that habit of being honest with each other and also being comfortable with being uncomfortable with that truth that you get. Keep in mind, every question that you ask, you might not want to know the answer to it, but you have to be willing to take that answer and then digest it and deal with it if you ask that question. I want to go back to a point that Truth also said. He said that holding your man down is fine. I agree with that absolutely. Only thing is that, ladies, you got to be careful. There's holding him down, and there's also coddling him. He said that us as men, we have to go through things as men. We absolutely have to. If we're getting coddled, like if you just hold him down and he just a sorry motherfucker, and you letting him do that, if you stay with him, remember that's what you're agreeing to be with. Men, we have to go through our trials and tribulations so we can develop ourselves too. Keep in mind that we're not completely done as well. So just like you expect us to have our shit together, we want you to have your shit together too. But at the same time, we have to go through those things so we can develop as men, so we can be the men that you're demanding us to be. But get your shit together too.
Can I address that question?
I could have told you that.
Too long?
And that's why
I pinned that for you. I pinned it for you.
The reason,
and that's why I always said
the reason why I said 5 years is for a couple reasons. The average marriage in America lasts for 7 years. And then when you look at people who structure their prenup, right? Like for example, Michael Jordan, the second greatest basketball player of all time, right? When he did his prenup, he said like, okay, the first 5 years you get $1 million. The first 10, after the 10 years, you get 20 million, and et cetera, right? The longer you last in the marriage, the prenup and what you get out of the prenup improves. Same thing with Janet Jackson when she married that billionaire from Saudi Arabia, right? For the first 7 years, you don't get anything. And then after the 7 years, if the marriage dissolves, you get a certain amount of benefits, right? Every culture, majority of cultures, you have to earn it, right? Just because you marry doesn't mean it's over. You have to earn it. So, I'm being nice at 5 years. Most people are like, you got to be 7 or more. Like, because when Jordan structured his prenups, right? It's 10 years or more. If it's less than 10 years, you only get $1 million. And this is from a billionaire. You get $1 million and then you go on about your way. After 10 years, then you get a little bit more. Same thing with Janet Jackson's situation. 7 years, and then she gets something. So that's how I see it. And so I'll just pass the mic on that.
Okay, shout out to the prenup. And
I want to say this.
Go ahead, Hustle.
Yeah, and that's why I say, because this is something I've been hearing for a while. Make me an honest woman and I'll do right. Marry and commit to me and I'll do right. They want to put conditions on whether you got broken women. I want to put conditions on whether or not they're going to fix themselves and do it. I say bullshit on that. Marriages don't fix people. People got to fix them damn selves. I don't think committing to somebody is going to make that person just be like, okay, I'm going to do the work and get myself fit. No, honey, do the fucking work before you come into my life, okay? Because I ain't got time for your bullshit. I ain't got time for your bullshit.
Hustle, who you mad at? Say her name. Say her name, Hustler.
Well, Miss Sutton, there's so many to list that I can't, because I've met so many broken females over my life. That's why I was asking. That's why I was asking.
They got Hustler mad.
That's what I was asking earlier. I was asking y'all earlier, what's the definition of a broken woman? Because I've met so many who are broken in some shape, form, or fashion. So what's the true definition of a broken woman? The clear-cut definition. Financially broken, mentally broken. What is it?
No. My thing is all those different things. What the black community fails to realize is most of them are just broken. And we so used to being around broken women, we don't want to point out broken women. And that's why I say I am not picky. I just want a wife. I refuse to marry a woman who ain't a wife. And that's all it is to it at the end of the day.
You know what that is? You ever heard of garbage men? They don't smell garbage because they're used to it all the time. They're around it all the time.
Yeah, I heard that.
That's the same way. We're so used to people being broken around us and things being fucked up that it's become the norm. We think it's normal. And so, and I tell young women and young men, don't get used to being mistreated all the time, because then you make it okay for it to happen. You make that your normal. As soon as you see red flags, get the fuck out of Dodge. As soon as you know that this ain't what it is, get the fuck out of Dodge. Stop giving people excuses for being broken. You either call them out and make them fix it, or you get yourself out of Dodge, because a broken person will also break you, because now you think that that's okay.
They overappreciate.
And they also say broken men attract broken women and vice versa. So yeah, if she's broken, he probably broke too. So they both got to fix themselves in that regard.
There you go.
I would say if you won't leave, that would indicate as a man that you're broken. If you won't leave, if you're with a broken woman, but you won't
leave, and or leave.
Yeah,
if you will not leave, if she is broken and you have identified that, but you stay with her, The issue is
Oh,
you've been convinced, and because this happens in the black community, you've been convinced to give that woman another chance. We hear it all the time. You got to
Yep.
give her a chance. She'll do right in the future, baby. It be your own mama telling you sometimes. She just ain't got it together right now. She'll get it figured out. The reason a lot of
I've done
men
it.
don't leave is because we sit in these relationships. And matter of fact, we've sat in relationships so long. When I said I refused to be in a relationship for a long time with a woman, women thought I was crazy. I was like, I'm not going to be with no woman no 4 5 years and she messed up in the head. Or you just don't want to put no time in with no woman. I don't want to put a time in. Should I give a bunch of time to a woman that I'm not finna marry? What good is that doing me? Well, you got to help her get right. No,
No,
I
you
don't.
don't.
Her daddy was supposed to do that.
I've heard that
Her
before.
mama was
Yeah,
supposed to do that.
I've
Roger,
heard that
you need
before.
to stand in it with her. You need to stand in it, Roger. Get in there with her and stand in
Hey,
it, like Iyanla Van Zant told you to.
hey,
Right?
Roger.
You got to be
Roger.
careful. You got to be careful from trauma bonding with people too, and just staying together just because you think you got to. You ain't got to
Hey,
do
hey,
shit.
hey, Roger. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I know this might make her mad, but I'm gonna mention it. So you were on my show when I had Tiffany. Is she a great example of a broken woman? Do you think she's far gone, or do you think she can be fixed? Because remember, she's 26. She's gonna have 3 kids by 2 men, both not in her life. So do you think that she will be fixed? Because you experienced the brokenness live. What do you like? That's a good example. What do you think about that? About her?
What the thing is, she can be fixed because anybody can get themselves fixed. Now, will she be fixed in time enough to have a relationship with
Yeah,
the kind of guy she's going to want to have? Probably not, because truth be told, now I don't know if everybody else will pick up on this, but truth be told, hearing from your show, she has a child by a guy who's in prison.
correct,
Now, my thing is that is one guy. You
Oh
said that she
no.
was pregnant with somebody else's kids.
correct.
She has two baby fathers she'll have two baby fathers when she had the kids, and she's never been married. For me, that's an automatic no. She doesn't have good family values. I don't even want to talk to a woman in that condition. Period. I
She
don't
don't
even
have
have a
any options.
conversation with her.
She don't have many options at
Not
all
to
as it
mention
is.
she's loose with a cooch.
Right.
Let me say this and listen, guys.
And
Look, there's some things that the medical profession just cannot fix. And if this woman has a child by a jailbird, the genetics in that child is already predisposed
mm,
of
mm,
being a jailbird. And now you want to be daddy cleanup and come in and fix? No. Look. When there's a cure for herpes, then there's a cure for her. But until that time, no. Mm-mm.
Well, so married or not, she's still got to get fixed for her kids.
that
That she's got to at least
that was
do that.
truth telling, right?
No, that
No,
was
no.
That,
false.
that's me saying that.
What the truth?
I got to go downstairs, but I wanted to say something here real quick related to what H&M said and what who is it? Hot Sauce said.
You
As it
cannot
relates
fix
to
that, Kevin. You cannot fix that. You cannot fix that.
well, I mean, she's got to get fixed for her kids. Man, yeah, the man ain't got nothing to do with it. She's got to get fixed for her kids.
Mm,
But I want you guys said so. Hot Sauce said something about the woman being trained by the family, which that is correct. And as a
Father
father who's
and mother.
raised,
Yeah.
as a father who's father who's raised 3 girls and a son. As far as I know, and from the looks of what they're doing, we did a good job in getting them up to adulthood. All of that being said, is that whether they got good training from their parents or not, once they become 18, they're going to have to get it all together. Because I look at it like this, because women will say, women do this a lot. Men not allowed to do this, but women will do this a lot. They go, well, my bad childhood, didn't have a father. And they'll be 30, 40 years old still talking about that. Look, I told you guys, I grew up as a foster kid, right?
right.
I didn't get any guidance coming up. I'm not mad at my guardians. They did the best they could. What I found out later on when I was in my early 20s, that both my parents were too sick to take care of us, and we didn't go to biological family or like aunts and uncles, and they couldn't do it either because they were kind of overwhelmed. So we wound up going into foster care. But what I could have done was said, you know what? I grew up as a foster kid. That's my excuse I'm gonna use for the rest of my life. And you know what? I'm just gonna be screwed up. But I didn't do that. Went to the military. I got in with some, good leadership with men who mentored me and all this other stuff, and kind of made up the difference. And then I was willing to learn and actually become, the husband, father, veteran, person I was supposed to be, and be a contributing member of society. See, men
Mm,
don't get to use that excuse, and we can't allow that for women either. at all. All right.
Understood. You gotta go
Yeah.
But
upstairs
I
now.
mean, we all know
and
it's
by the way, I'm married now. I'm married. I got remarried. She's a great and amazing wife. Doing wonderful things for me. So and we compliment and support and reinforce each other. So it's mutually beneficial and reciprocal relationship. So it does happen for you. It's just if you run into women who are just broken, you don't have time to deal with that. They got to show up ready, and they got to be part of your program. But hey, guys, I'm getting ready. I'm gonna listen. But I'm gonna go downstairs and get my dinner and have to spend time with a wonderful wife. I'll listen in the background. Thanks for letting me on.
Before you go, salute to you. Thank for your service as well. I'm also a
Thanks
service
for
member,
your
24
service.
years.
Yes.
Thank you for your
Yep.
service,
Shy,
man.
thank you
As a
too.
veteran,
Shy.
yeah, from one vet to another. Thank you for your service.
And Shy
Thanks, appreciate it,
does
gentlemen.
services on the side. If you need
Thanks
him
for
to
your
hide in the
service.
bush,
Say
he
what?
got your back.
Yeah,
I said
all right.
Shy does services on the side. If you need him to hide in the bush, he got your back. Okay? His aim is
Exactly.
perfect. If you need him in a bush, you want to bring somebody to the location, Shy got your back. No, I'm just playing, Shy.
Yo,
All right,
hey,
I
Thank you
you
got
know
guys
you.
for
what?
Hey,
your
shout out
service,
and
man. Thank
keep up
you.
the great work, Mr. CelebriD, and we appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your dinner, man.
Can I do something real quick? I might throw y'all for a loop
Oh man, here we
on
go.
what I'm about to say.
Okay, remember,
So I
guys,
know
this
Here
is
we
the
go
Taylor
again.
that's speaking now.
I know the point of the show. We're talking about whole men don't want broken women.
Mm-hmm.
Hope y'all ladies realize just because you're a whole woman don't mean you're a good woman for a man, let alone a wife.
That's true.
That's just for the first step. That don't mean you ready to be with a man, let alone be his wife. Now I know y'all got some issues with that, right? So you hear women thinking because I've been with a dude for 10 years and we ain't been married, that's the same thing as us being married. I get it. It's not. That's play. That's pretend. That's play. I'm just putting my foot in the water. I'm not jumping all the way in. Now I know marriage ain't for everybody, so not everybody should get married. I get that. But y'all shouldn't be out here pretending like y'all are. That means you together, but your asses is still single. Which means y'all still have all the same freedoms that single people have, which I know is what most women want. They want single people freedoms with men giving in the obligations. And that's something else that women really need to talk to themselves, their whole group about in regards to trying to accept the benefits of marriage without putting in the commitment or paying the cost for being married. And that's a serious problem in our community. We need to figure that out ASAP.
Okay, Miracle Denise said a woman is a wife before marriage. Hey, Miracle, won't you get on? A lot of you women are avoiding these men like
And you know what?
like the IRS.
And
Come
you know,
on, get on.
and you
Yeah,
know
we're
what?
not gonna be rude.
Go ahead, Hustler.
There's a verse in the Bible that says, "You're not my wife because I found you. You're my wife before I find you." In other words, you have to come to the table already set in your traditional ways, already ready to be a wife. I should have to come find you and then try to mold you into being his wife. No, you're either going to come to the table ready to be a wife and submissive, or you're going to be used for recreational purposes.
Yo, bro
Mm.
is
That's
standing
what that
on
means.
Hey,
business.
hey, hey,
Bro
Hustler,
is
Hustler,
standing
what
on
does it mean?
business.
Hold on, Shy. Hustler, what does it mean to be used for recreational purposes? Can you give them an example, sir? Is this a pump and dump?
Something like that. We can go out, smoke, drink, have fun, be sexual, but we're not getting married or having a relationship anytime soon, let alone having kids together. That ain't happening. If you're not already put together and already setting your traditional way, you want to be for the streets, I'm going to let you be. Put it like that.
Mm. Hustler, let me ask you a
All
question.
right.
How is
Okay.
dating for you? How is dating for you?
Excuse me? I didn't hear
How is
you.
dating for you? Like, is it hard for you to find a woman that, fits what you want?
Oh, yes, it is. Have I found a woman? Plenty. Have I found a woman that fits my narrative? Not really. No.
Damn. Okay. Okay.
And that's the
Yeah.
hard part. They say we got options with different women. It's more y'all ladies than it is us men. So we got plenty to choose from. The only problem is we got options for the simple fact that y'all ladies exist. As far as quality women, no, they're few and far between. The Daphne Suttons, the Didis of the world, they're few and far between. The Chantel Simones of the world, they're so few and far between that we have really nothing to choose from except for the treasured trash or the overall basic trash, or in this case, broken women to choose from. So we don't have a lot of options like that. I'm just saying.
There you
So
go.
Sir,
I
Ladies,
want
Now
to
hold
say
on. Can
something
I put
real
in?
quick.
Can I
ladies,
Hold
put
on,
a
let
if
disclaimer
Hustler
for the
I
go.
want
hoes?
Okay,
Can I
hold
put
on,
a
guys.
disclaimer for the hoes?
Yeah, and then
I
after
don't want
you,
nobody.
First Prime,
Yeah,
after
sorry.
he's done, you're next, First Prime, because I know you've been waiting. Go
I,
ahead. Go
I would
ahead,
just make it quick. Yeah, I don't want y'all to think we hate hoes. We love hoes. Hoes are important for our society to work. Just so y'all
Well,
understand,
goddamn.
we love hoes. They are vital to the success of our community. We just can't have all of y'all being hoes. That's the problem. So I don't want y'all to think we don't like hoes. We love y'all. We definitely love y'all. Y'all are an
And not
important
only
part
that,
of our society.
we don't need these hoes violating the sanctity of marriages and relationships with your 304 behavior. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. They always say we don't need that either.
Mm. First
Yeah, there
Prime.
you go. Just be the best hoe you can. Just don't be try to be
Wow.
pretend to be a
Hey,
wife. That's all.
Okay,
can
that was
y'all hear
Truth
me?
Teller that
Can
said,
y'all hear?
ladies, be the
Yeah.
best hoe that you can. Sign Truth Teller. Okay, go ahead, First Prime. First Prime, what's up?
So yeah,
Hold on.
y'all
Hey, did y'all
can
hear
hear
He's
that?
me?
Borging.
Yeah, we
He's
can hear you.
Borging.
Borging, yeah, he Borging.
Um,
He's Borging.
Hey, First Prime, leave and come back.
can I
Uh,
don't know
First
what
Prime,
the
you
fuck
have
he
to leave
talking
and
about.
come back. Leave and
Hoes
come
is
You're
back.
going
cool, but
in and
I
out.
don't love them.
That's
He's
your
Borg.
PCF, Prime. First Prime, can you leave and come back?
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
So I
Hey,
wanna
hey,
I
Robert.
wanna say something.
Okay,
If
go
I
ahead.
can say
Go ahead.
something.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
this is Hot Sauce, president of the niggas in the wilderness. So she I believe it was Miracle who said something. See, we
Yes, sir.
have to really understand. I'm sorry.
No, I said yes, sir. That was
We
me.
have to really understand a couple things. Number one, like a wife is rare. Even in the Bible, it says, right, if you find a wife, you have found a ruby, right? And rubies are rare. You just don't find them anywhere. Second, second thing is that a lot of times you gotta search, you gotta go search for your wife, because a lot of times you need to travel, and that's why passport bros is so popular. Like even for me, right? When I go look for my next wife, I'm looking in the rural areas of third world countries where there's no electricity, because at
No,
the end of
man,
the day,
no.
No
not because
washing
of well,
machine.
look, I believe in our I
Ain't
believe
nothing
in
wrong with that.
I do not put GMO food in my body, so I'm not gonna put I'm not gonna marry anything GMO. I'm going back to the source where women are washing clothes in the river and drying it and understand food and
No,
putting shit together.
man.
They're not wearing no
No,
wigs.
Look,
man.
man.
He said they're not
Look,
wearing no
we have
wigs. They're not getting their
we have
nails done. Just funky. Go ahead, man.
no, they clean.
Oh no,
They
they
clean.
funky.
Right? They clean, but 'cause there's passport bros, and then there's us niggas in the wilderness, and
Hmm.
that's where you need to
No.
go. You need to go to the wilderness to find you a good, dutiful woman, right? Where there's a 5 and 10 year warranty on that stuff.
Hey, First Prime, you back?
can y'all hear me better?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah.
you better.
Okay. What I
I
was trying
like
to say
hot sauce. He
earlier.
crazy. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead, sir.
I I don't know about that whole thing about loving hoes. Like they cool, but to me, I took what my mama said way too seriously. When I was little, and I'm still young, but I took girls got cooties very hard serious. My mom was always had us watch Maury, Steve Wilkos. They was like, "You see these chicken heads? Don't you bring these stupid ass bitches home?" And I'm like, "I won't, mama." And then that's it. And I took that to heart for years. I only been in 3 relationships. One where I ain't gonna bring up too much of the business, but I would say it only lasted for 10 months, and it kind of goes like with the topic. She was, well, I wouldn't say kind of, because she did have mental issues, but as we was trying to go through our relationship, I kept trying to talk to her, trying to communicate, because I ain't gonna hold you. A lot of women say communication is key, but they don't actually like to communicate. But the moment I kept trying to communicate with her, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And the moment it got to a point, I just said, "Yeah, I just can't do this no more. We might as well break up because it's not going to get any better." She didn't want to, and I'm like, I don't know why. When we keep arguing all the time, and when she brought up kids, I'm like, I'm definitely ain't bringing no kids in if all we doing is arguing. What father would want to see their parents argue all the time? That's not. We're not raising kids. We're raising bullies.
Did she did she bring up marriage before the kid thing?
No, and I was definitely like, nah.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
I, because from how, especially from how I seen like around on social media, it's kind of like from what like I don't see what's the point of having kids with a person you don't see them being active in the child's life. Like I don't see the point of even why would you even want to have sex with a person to even do that? Yeah, I get it. Sometimes some people want to pump and dump, but just the thought of potentially getting this person pregnant that I don't see you being the mother scares me. So it kind of makes me back off to hopes because that's a possibility. Condoms break. Plan B's don't sometimes even work. So I'm just like, you know what? You can be a hoe. I don't do your thing. I'm gonna do mine. I'm just gonna continue working and do my own thing. But also, not to not to take up too much time to go back to what Daphne said, like when she was broken. That's kind of what I was like around 50-50 with this topic because I do feel like not everybody, like you said, not everybody's perfect, but at the same time, I don't mind working through with it. Like she got to come up at least wanting to build herself and not just stay the same way.
Mm.
Yeah, and I would have to say that a big problem we have. Most women just think they good. I'm saying honestly, to be a good woman, you got to be a wife. I don't know that you're good. Nobody married you. Who says you're good other than another woman? And if another woman say you good, her opinion don't count because she a woman. Point
That's
blank.
true.
Period. So
Yeah.
I don't care about some woman's opinion about some woman thinking some other woman is good. Did a man ever say you were good? Because guess who is I can at least take that at least good enough for now? A married woman. Because her man say she good. So if you're not good, you know, I mean, if you're not good, you're not married. That's just how it go. And I know that may hurt people's feelings, but how you a good woman and you ain't got no husband?
Mm.
And I'm saying that is a real question. So I think if you look at the marriage rate in the black community, you have to come to the conclusion most black women just ain't good, period. They just not, you know. But the thing is, nobody wants to give them a measuring stick because we've been taught as men to not do so because it'll make them feel uncomfortable. It'll make them sad. They might even cry. And we trying to protect them because we got this natural instinct to be protective of them that we won't even require them to do well. So, like I said earlier, I don't believe I'm picky at all. I just think you're supposed to marry wives. If I met a wife, I'd be married.
Mm. I agree. Eno that just came on. Eno is also married. Eno, do you have anything to say with this conversation? Eno, what's up, man? You still cooking chicken? Eno,
Here
can
I
you hear
go,
me?
here I go, here I go. Can y'all hear
I'm
me?
about to
I'm
say,
sorry, I had to unmute my mic.
okay.
You've been quiet,
Don't
man.
be laughing at my chicken. You know I do this.
Hey,
But
Eno,
yeah,
your volume is very low, man.
okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
It's still pretty low.
Okay, I'm
I
sorry.
can hear you, but it's low.
It must be
Y'all
the
trying to
chicken.
make him burn his chicken, man. He got to
He
say
burning it.
outside of
That's
the
why
pot.
the volume. The
Got to
phone
be
is
Let's say
very
outside
I'm
of the
low.
pot, man. Y'all playing.
My phone kind of messed up, so I'm gonna need y'all to bear with me again. But as far as what I want to say about the broken women are looking for men that are not looking for them. They looking for the man who's 6 feet tall, 300,000 a year, 8 foot dick, and just willing to spoil and pamper them. But they don't realize that those guys are not looking for no neck snapping, finger popping city girl that's out here listening to Sukiana and living like she want to live. Like, and really that's all I want to say. Message to you women. Them type of dudes is not looking for y'all. So stop looking for them. Stay in your damned lane. Yes, and
They
I'm
don't
well,
have a
done.
well,
they don't have a lane.
brother.
Stay in the
He,
damn streets where you belong.
That's where
yeah,
their lane is. Look,
well,
the
brother,
streets got
brother,
swim
brother, brother,
lanes. It's separated by
brother.
white dots.
Respectfully, sounds to me like you implying that if a man is not elite, that he looking for her too. I don't agree with that.
I don't
Are you
agree.
trying to imply that men that are not elite are looking for those women? Because
No,
I
no,
don't
no, no,
believe that
no.
to be
Wait, wait,
true at
wait, wait,
all.
wait. It's a
Hold on,
difference
Roger.
between a one. It's a difference between looking for them for sex and looking for them to wife. Big difference.
No,
Those
no,
I'm a,
are
I
the
agree
ones
with
that
that. Is
them
any
type
man
of
looking to
women are
wipe
not
those
looking for
women?
those type of men to just hang around. They looking for those men to spoil them, marry them, and everything. But what they
Yo, let
don't
me.
realize is those men are not looking for those problems that
mm.
comes with those women. They don't want no ratchet bitch telling them, "Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that." Meanwhile, I'm a
Can
high
I?
value
Let
man.
me.
No,
I need to
you're
have
not
one
gonna
point that
tell
I want to
me
make.
any of that.
Yeah, do your thing, my man. Go ahead.
Go
So
ahead.
But I'm
there's a
done. Go
point.
ahead.
Hold on,
One. The point that I
All
want to
right.
make is so we got to be careful as men. We got to be really careful. I know we all had our little whole phase where we were sleeping with a bunch of women, but here's the thing: a lot of times these broken women are the women that are really fucked up with bad behavior, whole behavior. By us sleeping with them, we validate their behavior because we're telling them, regardless of what you got going on, no matter how fucked up you are, I'm still willing to sleep with you. And in their mind, that makes it okay for them to do shit because,
You
and I'm pretty sure you guys have all heard this. I can get any man I want. Yeah, you can. That'll
you
sleep with
guys
you.
can't do that. I have to viscerally disagree with you and tell you you should never say that.
Say what?
You should never say what you just said.
What? Not to sleep with women who aren't worth it? Who
No,
don't?
that men's actions is justification for why they act the way they act.
No, I'm telling you, I'm saying that in
I
women's
understand.
minds, in their
I get it.
mind, the one that are broken, us
I
sleeping
get
with
it.
them still is validating their behavior because they think that
I
regardless
understand.
of what they
But
do,
we don't care what is happening in their mind. This is why they should be treated appropriately publicly
avoided.
and
That's what I'm
privately.
saying.
No,
Avoid
no,
them.
no, not avoided, not avoided. You're telling us to curtail our actions for how they feel.
I don't want to sleep
It's
with
not
any
a.
women who are not worth it.
I
Like,
hear you.
don't give them. I don't want to
That's
validate
that's cool to
their.
you, but another guy might want to pump and dump, right? It's
Well,
It
their
ain't
well,
worth
well,
it.
let me.
response.
It ain't-
It's their responsibility. It's their responsibility to maintain their self-respect. If they can't do it, then they can't do it. They should not get respect. That's what we have to make sure we
I'm saying
understand.
men respect yourself by not sleeping with them, not giving them your
That's not respecting
energy and none of
yourself.
that.
That has nothing
But
to do with
men
your
respect
self-respect.
themselves after what men respect
Yeah,
themselves after they sleep with hoes.
yeah.
That's where that don't work because men
We
still
have no
respect
problem
themselves
with
after they
that.
sleep with hoes.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and this is the ugly thing that people don't want to deal with in real life. There's a price for stupidity. Everybody has done something stupid. You paid a certain price for it. You may have done something stupid where you walk somewhere you shouldn't walk and you fail. You hurt yourself. You may have spent money that you should not have spent. Now it costs you whatever it costs you when it comes to that money. Maybe you just simply parked your car by a hydrant and then you got a ticket. It was dumb, but you did it. You had to pay that price. Everybody got to pay a price. Hoes gonna have to pay their price too. It is not men's responsibility to protect hoes from the price they gotta pay from being hoes. And all I'm saying is I get where you're coming from, Shy, but you're
Yeah.
asking men to protect women from their price of being a hoe. Hoes
No,
gonna
let
have
let
to pay
let
a
somebody
certain
else
price.
deal with it. That's what I'm saying. Let somebody else deal with that. I can't do it. Mainly because,
What
like
if
my
I
dad
like
always
dealing with
said,
hoes?
"Nah,
What if I like
I
dealing
can't
with
do it.
hoes though?
I can't do it."
I
Because
know you can't do it. I get it, but why would we curtail a man's choice of dealing with hoes? Her self-respect has nothing to do with him.
you could deal with
So
hoes if you want to,
I
Truth
but
hear
telling
you.
is
No, I'm saying,
rough.
and there's risks, and
Truth
there's
telling, he
risks to
tough,
doing
man.
that.
and that's what I'm
I'm
getting at.
just I'm just saying this every so when because what happens is we fall into this spectrum of giving them a way out
No,
because
my
what
thing
he
is
just described,
I don't want to bring
what you just
myself. I don't want to
described, they're
lower
gonna.
myself, my value
I
to
hear
deal with
you,
a hoe.
but that's not what you gave an example of. You said they're going to use it as validation.
They do.
You
That's the
didn't say
unfortunate part of it.
right. But who cares if they're going to use it for validation? Why should our choices be based on protecting how they think
So
for
no, it's not
themselves?
protecting. It's not protecting how they think. So I want women to do better. Period. So
I get you.
if them thinking that men sleeping with them gives them a green light to do whatever they want, just
Then they're
because men will
stupid.
still sleep with them, yeah, then they're stupid. Then they're not developing their mentality that they need to
Then
have.
that's their
If
problem.
so, if we're asking
Listen, men
ourselves,
don't have
just
this.
listen. I want to value myself. I want women to value their self too. All right.
You
Mm.
you
So,
switching, man. Yeah,
well, go
you
ahead. You
switching.
got it. You
Well,
got it. You
You
got it.
put
You
you
got it.
no, no,
putting.
Truth teller on it.
well,
Hey, hold on.
let me say it like
Hold
this.
on.
Let me say it like this. At the end of the day, because I get where both y'all are coming from.
I do
But
too.
it is a woman's job to protect herself, just like it's a
Self.
man's job to protect himself. My thing is, it ain't men's job to protect women he has no connection with. So at the end of the day, women have to protect themselves from being hoes. Because maybe I was gonna marry you, but maybe I found out you was a hoe, and then I changed my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Roger, the Lions
So
Den
do we,
said,
so do we want to
Roger,
elevate ourselves as a people, or do we just want to like? What are we trying to do?
No. So hold
hold on.
on. So hold
Hey,
on. To see.
hey, I
Well,
want
go
to
ahead.
address
Sorry.
one of
Well,
the
hold on.
comments,
She
guys.
trying to get something out. Daphne trying to get something out.
The Lions Den said, Roger, that real men do not deal with hoes. I think they're agreeing with Shy, saying that real
They
men won't.
No, no.
can.
I I
So hold
I, I
on.
told I totally
I,
get that, but when you say real men, number one,
exactly.
you have men already stepping out of place and acting like. I'm not saying it's about that particular person, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying this. Number one, if you are a man, you understand a man has to choose his own path. So why are you trying to tell another man
Exactly.
how to live his life?
Thank you. You don't believe he's
I
a
believe,
leader.
yeah,
You
I
don't believe he's a
believe,
leader.
I got Christian beliefs, right? Who am I to tell some Muslim he got to be a Christian? You see what I'm saying? So I'm supposed to tell this Muslim he got to be a Christian. If that's what the way he want to live his life, my job is simply to respect the way
So
he lives his life. At the
I'm
end
gonna
of the
tell you
day,
to be. I'm gonna tell
so
men to be careful. That's all. I'm gonna put it. You can deal with
Yeah,
whoever you want to
no
deal with.
doubt. Yeah, no
Be
doubt.
careful.
Be careful.
Be
Right.
careful
Give
yeah,
what
care.
you.
We.
Be careful who you
Yeah.
share your body with. Be careful who you share your
Exactly.
energy with. Because keep in mind, who you deal with is gonna dictate how your life comes out. So be careful out there. I mean,
Mm.
True.
I'm just
yeah,
saying, be
You do have
yeah.
to.
careful.
You
No,
have to
no,
do.
I
Be
got you,
careful.
Shy.
that's
And
correct.
also try not to catch anything either.
Shy
Shit.
about to
There
Yeah,
you
get
that,
go.
all the DMs. His name is Shy on Facebook. I'm just playing.
now, but I mean,
You
the
avoid,
thing is,
ladies, you protect being a hoe, and you be a hoe
it,
well, okay?
it
And I'm
what
gonna
You be a
what
bless
the
you.
whole
thing
well.
is,
There you
I'm
go.
gonna
if
bless
you
you, hoe.
choose no, if you choose to be a hoe, my thing is you got to be willing to accept what come with a hoe's lifestyle,
Exactly.
What comes with a
and
hoe's
respect
Exactly.
for
lifestyle?
men
Roger, 40 is
is not
$40
gonna
a
be.
part of that?
I mean,
What?
I'm gonna say respect for men ain't gonna be high on that list. $40 might here or there. You get your little $40 here or there. You know what I'm saying?
You know
I
what
done
come
heard
out
a
of being
hoe
a
do
hoe?
stuff for a lot less. You
A
know what I'm
whole,
saying?
a
Can,
whole
A
lot of
whole
dick
lot
comes out of
less.
being a hoe.
can I ask you guys a question to these fellas? How do you determine that she's a hoe? Say you meet her at like Starbucks. You
Can
get your
I'm
with
gonna
a
answer
latte,
this because my
and you
answer
see
is
a
the
woman.
most
When does she become a
rigid.
hoe to you?
Let me answer this first because I know y'all not going to agree with this, but I'm gonna give my answer first.
Here we go,
She.
y'all. I don't want to lose my channel now. He gonna be like, a hoe is. No, go
Well,
ahead.
no,
Go
you
ahead,
know,
sir.
like that. A hoe is a woman who's had sex with more than one man.
Whoo, he cutting deep.
Okay, guys, this is Truth Teller that said that, right?
Yeah,
Truth
yes,
Teller,
it is.
what's your
It is I.
Instagram
He cutting deep.
and
I don't
Facebook?
have Instagram. I don't do
Yes, you do.
Facebook. I'll do
Truth
Instagram. No,
Teller
I
is his
don't. I really
Instagram.
don't.
Okay, so Truth Teller, you're saying if a woman had sex with more than one man, so let's say
Yes.
she had 3 relationships, each one 5 years, she's still a hoe?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Damn.
She's a floozy.
No,
Wow.
uh-uh.
I ain't never
Yeah,
heard
she's
of
a
I'm
that
not
before.
gonna
floozy.
I'm
She's a.
not gonna
I ain't
go
gonna
that
hold
Yeah.
far.
you.
I'm definitely
Hold
gonna
on.
have to
Hold on.
Yeah, I
Hold
disagree
on,
think
with
that's
y'all.
a
that.
little far.
I definitely have to disagree
I
with
know
that,
y'all
bruh.
are. I'll explain why.
No,
I'll
no, no,
explain
no,
why.
no.
So,
I'm
I
just
look at
playing.
it
I'm
like
just
this.
playing. Go ahead. Go ahead,
I
sir.
look at it
I,
like
I,
this. If she's
Hold
a
on.
female and I'm sorry, if she's a female and she's messed around with multiple men but never had a relationship with any of them, and it's like 5, 6, 7 men you slept with, and not one was a boyfriend or a husband. Yeah, that makes you a 304
Okay.
in my eyes.
Okay. I get
well,
that, but he ain't saying
I
that.
want to
I
explain.
told him 3
Yeah, I say that.
relationships, 5 years each. He said hoe. How does that make
Yeah.
her a hoe?
So here, I'll explain it. And
Okay.
I should have put there is actually a condition on it because you can be saved from being a hoe. You can actually be saved.
This
There is a way for you to be saved, ladies. You have to convince a man to marry you and stay married. You can get off. You can get off that ledge if you can make that happen. Some hoes can't, so you can't put it past them. But the reason why I say that is currently, right now, these days, we play games with whether or not what relationships are. Right? Back at one point in time, we ain't in a relationship unless we marry. Technically, by law, you are single, even if you think that's your girlfriend and you boyfriend and girlfriend. You're single. When you do your taxes, you can't do them together. You single head a household because y'all not married. Now, what that means is if you having sex with multiple guys and you're not married to anybody, then that means you out in these streets. You're pretending to have a marriage relationship. because everything short of marriage is replication or a dysfunctional replication of marriage. We've been together for 10 years. We got 3 kids together. That's awesome. Why didn't y'all ever get married? Oh, well, then what the hell are y'all doing together for 10 years
I can
with
answer
kids?
that. I can answer that because he
Well,
knew that she was not a wifely qualified woman, and he
then
knew that this was not to turn into a man. Now, why he had kids by her, I don't know.
well, no, no, no. But
That's on
see,
his ass.
skip the
Probably an
kids.
accident.
Think about the 10 year. But no, but skip the kids. Think
Bullshit.
about the 10 year. Think about the 10 year term. And what insanity is it to spend 10 years talking about you dedicating somebody in a relationship that you're really not dedicated to? That's absurd. There's no reason to be with
Okay,
anybody
so
for an
truth
extended
teller.
period of time unless you're getting married.
Okay, so
It's a waste of
truth
time.
teller. According
Mhm.
to your logic, almost every woman in the world were all hoes. You're basically calling me a hoe, and I don't agree with your
Well,
logic.
no,
I
you're
don't.
married. No,
No,
you're
I'm
married. You
No.
married
got
now,
saved.
but even before I got married, I didn't sleep
Yeah.
around. That's why my husband chose me. He asked everybody about
Oh,
me, and they said I was tough. I didn't deal with men like that. I coached them, but I never fucked them. I protected my reputation. It was
so
like
here
my resume. So
I'm gonna be
just
semi.
so hold
I'm
on,
gonna be
hold
semi.
on.
Yeah. Hmm.
What I'm saying is, I feel like if a woman, let's say, was in 3 long-term relationships, like 2 years, 4 years, and then 14 years, that ain't no hoe. I call a hoe
That
is
is a
someone that
hoe.
sleeps around carelessly with a bunch of men. That's a hoe in my
No,
book.
a hoe is a woman who sleeps around and does not have a husband.
Okay.
You
Okay,
can
but
call
Well,
you
you
wait.
agree.
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
But
let me
Hold
hold
on.
on,
let
hold
Hold
me
on.
on.
jump
Hold
in
on.
You're
here. Can I say
contradicting
something?
yourself, though. Hold on,
hold
truth
on.
teller.
Hold
You
on.
Let me
just
say
said, wait,
something real
wait,
quick.
wait, please wait, wait. Let me
Hmm.
get this out. Truth teller, you
Yeah.
just said earlier when I gave you an example. I said, let's say a woman has been in 3 relationships, each one 5 years. You said that's a hoe. But you just said a
Right.
hoe is someone that sleeps around that isn't married.
And
How is
does
that
and
person
does
sleeping around if they're in one relationship for 5 years?
they're not married, right?
But how is she a hoe if she's only sleeping with that one person? I'm
It,
trying to
it
make an
But
took him
I
example.
50
think the real
Exactly.
years, but
question
she
is,
slept
but
around.
I think the
He,
real
he
question is, how is she a hoe if
but
she's been sleeping with men
but
that
I'm
she's
not
at least
doing.
in a
Well, hold on.
relationship
Hold on.
with?
Hold on. Is her body count more than one guy when she was in that relationship?
Let's say
But
yes.
there were dudes that she was in a relationship
There you
with.
go.
That's what I'm
That's
trying
what
to
Miss Sutton
say.
is
No, no, no.
saying. It
See,
was
you
men
don't
that she was
understand,
Hold,
committed
Lester.
to. So yeah.
okay, hold on. Did y'all miss the whole part about being in
I
these
get
long
exactly what
term,
you're
what
saying.
we call relationships, is not actually relationships? Why do y'all keep doing that? That is a marriage is a long term relationship. That's the only one. Now, if you don't want to be married, I understand. I'm not saying you have to, but let's not warp what this stuff is and making it seem like it's some kind of marriage. It's not. You're not obligated to the person. You're not making a commitment to them. You're just saying it and pretending. That's the point.
Okay.
That's why if
Now
you're
I can't
not
say this
married,
though.
you're a
If
hoe.
somebody,
Because if you're
if
having sex
somebody,
with multiple men and you have not been married, now, if you were married to each of those guys, that's a little different. You might just be,
Mm.
Donald
you know, we don't do that
Trumpish.
in this country.
We can
You
agree
might
to
just be
Now I
disagree.
Donald
can't say
Trumpish.
this though.
We can
That's the
agree to
same
A
disagree
thing,
because
woman,
though.
according to his
That's the
logic,
same
a
guy,
woman
thing.
who's been,
he's
At least
saying
you could
your wife
commit.
is a hoe, I'm a hoe,
She
and
was. No,
everybody
no,
has to be married. We
y'all
might be
were. If you
married
had,
now. We might be
yeah,
married
you're not a
now,
hoe.
but
Yeah, you're
you're
not a hoe
still
now.
saying we're hoes. That's crazy.
No, I already said you getting married would save you. Did I not say that?
I told you, but this is what I'm saying to you. But
I know
according to
my
your logic,
words. I say them on purpose.
if I wasn't
If you were
married, you would call me a
right,
hoe. That's crazy.
yes, I would. I would.
I don't
Well,
agree with
well,
that.
I,
That's all I'm saying.
well,
We can
what,
disagree.
Yeah. I
no,
I don't
no,
see
understand.
no,
nothing
but,
wrong
That's
with
why I
that.
said. That's why I
but
said.
this,
What I'm saying is harsh. That's why I wanted to go
it,
first.
and I'm gonna say,
Okay.
look. I understand that's hardcore for people right now, but that was the world that we did come from. Because if you wasn't no virgin, you was a hoe. Point blank. Period. So that is the world that
Floozy. Yep.
humans come
Hmm.
from.
I didn't
But
live
They
in
I
that
had
am,
world.
names.
Roger, what world is
but
that?
well, let me say
no,
this.
no. Back in the day,
There
if you
was a
wasn't no
time where she
virgin,
slept.
it was an issue. But no, let me just let me finish this out real quick. You know what I'm saying
All
before
right.
you take it over. My thing is this: what women have to deal with, your opinion of what a hoe is does not actually matter. The only opinion that matters on what a hoe is the man you're dealing with. Because if he say you a hoe, you a hoe. That's just it at the end of the day. And the issue is people are trying to convince men to accept what they don't want. There's a lot of things that I believe can make you a hoe. You sleep with 2 guys at the same time, you a hoe. You don't have to necessarily sleep with two guys at the same time. I think if you're with a man and that man is already married, you a hoe. I think hoes sleep with married men. I don't think that stuff respectable women do. Hoes do that. It's a lot of stuff that
Okay,
can make
then
you a hoe, as far as I'm
let me say
concerned.
this.
But well, go ahead, go
Well,
ahead.
all right. Well, let's go back to the OG definition of what a hoe is. A hoe is basically a woman who engages in transactional relationships with multiple men. Back in the day, that was the classic definition of a hoe. But I guess over
Facts.
time it changed. Now it's a matter of having sex with multiple men that you're not committed to. So I'm going with the OG definition. You're in the entertainment industry, the adult industry. You're only OF model, or you work as a former stripper. There's a good chance you might be a hoe. If you make
Actually,
a
the
career
OG.
out of if you make a career out of exposing yourself, then yeah, that probably makes you a hoe, in my opinion.
Well, actually, your OG definition is actually the same definition that can be carried currently. Because if you're a woman and you've been with multiple men, even if you feel like you've been in a relationship but you never got married, you were in those relationships for a benefit, correct? You
Yeah.
wasn't just doing it because you wanted to, you just,
to not complicate it, the
it was
OG
a
definition
transaction.
is a woman who would have sex with any man that wasn't her husband. If you really want to be for real about the OG definition, if you had sex with a man that was not your husband, you was a hoe. Period. That's how the world was. That's why you had white wedding dresses and all that. That's why they used to check, was the hymen broken when y'all got married and y'all went to this place and had sex. They used to check on this stuff. So the OG definition is you had sex with a man that was not your husband. That would make you a hoe. Men have been nicer over time, and the issue is no matter how nice we get to let some woman slide, women want to tell us what hoes are. The real truth is any woman that had sex with somebody who was not her husband was considered a hoe. If a man is nice enough to you that he ain't gonna make you live by that, just say thank you.
Okay. Dang, I just had my friend came on and left. Okay, he left. Okay,
That goes
Roger.
back. That goes back to
A lot of
my
people.
stop sleeping with people just to sleep with.
That's
Ooh, to
okay.
me,
So
yeah, I
hold on,
think like
I'm gonna
a
add
hoe,
this. Do y'all see the
huh?
definition that I just pinned? What y'all think about that? Terry,
Yeah, I
can you
think
hear
that's
me?
facts. I think that's facts.
Makes sense to me. Yeah,
Well,
your
Terry, can you
friends,
hear
I
me?
family, cash,
Yeah, I'm
status,
back in here.
clout, the whole nine.
Oh, we got one of my friends on. Have you been listening?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you're married. He is a married man. Talk to us, man.
Which subject? Because I hear y'all talking about real men
Okay.
don't mess with hoes and stuff like that. So I'm trying to figure out where y'all at.
So just to give you an idea, the topic is called "Whole Men Don't Want Broken Women." So you being married, did your wife have any issues before y'all got married? How did you know she was the one?
Uh, you got two different types of people. You got people who they accumulate trauma and damage along the way, and instead of fixing themselves, they'll just find someone else who can uh, accept the issues that they have. Then you have people on the other side of the fence who uh, become the one to attract the one. So you have two different types of people. So if me as a man, if I'm out here and I'm putting in the work to work on myself to better myself, well, of course I'm going to require somebody who's like myself. I'm going to require a woman who's also putting in the work to uh, to better herself. The problem is a lot of people think that they can be their own doctor, and even therapists go to therapists for counseling.
Mm,
So if you can come across a woman who uh, can incorporate change within themselves, and in order to change, you have to accept fault. And in order to accept fault, you have to accept accountability for whatever choices that you've made.
mm,
Because in order to change, you have to say, okay, there's something wrong with me. And the problem is a lot of people don't think a lot of I'm not trying to say all women, but a lot of women don't think there's anything wrong with them. You know, every day men get told, uh, men get told every day that they don't match up, that they don't measure up to what they are supposed to be in life. They get reminded at work, or if they out and about. But women, there's always praise, but there's no criticism. And without the criticism, well, if you walk around and you think you're perfect, well, why would you evolve? The only way to evolve, the only thing anything on this planet evolves, is to adapt, to become better.
Mm,
And that
okay.
goes back to my point about
Hey, hold
not
on.
sleeping.
Truth teller. Hold on, Terrian, because I want to see what truth teller has to say about what you just said. Go ahead, sir. I know
So
you.
I do agree with him. So here.
What?
Um,
Okay. Okay.
so this is why I think criticism is important of women, because we don't criticize women. If we try, we'll be lambasted. So there's a couple things mainly women don't understand about men. You guys, and when I say you, I don't mean you, celebrity per se. I mean the ladies listening. I gotta make sure I say that. You guys think when you get into a relationship with a man, whether you're in a relationship or y'all married, either way, that you're on equal terms. Every woman thinks that they're on equal terms. What they don't realize is the requirements they have of their man makes it so that they can't be on equal terms. What that means is you expect far more than from your man than what you can, and I say that you can provide to your man. You cannot provide to him anything equal to the benefits you expect from him. Therefore, even if you get with a man that makes less than you, even if you get with a Pookie, your expectation of him, one of which is he has to sacrifice his life to save you at any given moment of any hour or second of the day or week. So what that means is that is not something you can reciprocate to begin with. What happens is women take that for granted, while men are over here struggling with that stress on their shoulders constantly. The other aspect of it is we have to take on the financial responsibilities. If you come to a relationship with debt, well, guess whose debt it is also. But you're not expected to pay his debt, because if you pay his debt, he's not a real man. But he is expected to help you with your debt. It's another weight that men have to take on. And most men take it on quietly. Even if they're not paying it directly, they're covering costs for you to be able to cover your debts. And all these things that men are expected of has not changed over the centuries. I know we get criticism, men these days don't do this, men these days don't do that, but the requirements of us have never changed. There is no such thing as a modern man. Y'all don't give that to us. Y'all don't expect anything less.
Oh, yes, there is.
Well, we ain't gonna talk about them men. But you ladies do expect us to expect less from you. And you substitute that with thinking you taking on some of our characteristics allows you to be able to do that when you don't understand what it is to be a man, right? But actually, let me not say that. You do understand, you just don't care, because you set the requirements for a man. So you do know what it is to be a man, but you don't care how hard it is. You don't care how much work he has to do to complete it. You don't even care how he has to build himself to even be able to complete those tasks. What trials and tribulations does he have to go through to be able to accommodate you? What the difficulty levels are? How hard does he have to work? How many nights does he not have to sleep? How is he worrying about how the hell I'm gonna cover these bills for these kids? Because if I come to you and say, baby, we ain't gonna be able to cover this bill. You got any ideas? Y'all gonna look at us like we crazy. So just a man taking you on in a relationship, it's not an equal transactional deal with a man just getting into a relationship with a woman. Now, what he just said is actually true. You guys do have to go through things yourselves to help build yourselves, but women are different, right? You're
Right.
given all the coins of the treasure up front. All you have to do is make sure you maintain it as long as possible. What does that mean? That means not sleeping with a bunch of dudes just because you can, because it's easy for you, right? For men, it's hard to sleep with a bunch of chicks. You got to convince a chick to get into bed with you. A very small percentage of men could do that. So that's why it's an accomplishment for men. For you guys, it ain't hard for you to get a whole bunch of dudes to sleep with you. That's why it's not an accomplishment for you. The accomplishment for you is trying to sleep with at least as many dudes as possible before you find your husband, preferably none. That's what it used to be. You know, as men, we can't accept that right now because y'all got like 20 bodies coming out of high school, so it's crazy. But you
Okay,
know,
you
That's
said you have
crazy.
it's
somebody
things that we have
who.
to
Hold
do.
on. A Brit, can you hear me? A Brit. I think that's what you go by.
Oh, I
Brit,
thought
can
you
you
said
hear
that.
me?
Yes, yes, yes. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
We can
Go
hear you.
ahead. Yep, we can hear you. Go ahead.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
We hear you right now.
Brit, can
Yeah,
you hear
brother, we,
me?
we can hear you, man.
If you're talking right now, we don't hear you.
Okay, yeah, he figured it out. Okay. So yeah, so clearly what you said, Terrion, was right. Did you have anything else you wanted to say?
Uh, he said something about Pookies,
Mm-hmm.
you know, sacrificing themselves for women. Pookies don't sacrifice themselves for women. I think uh, I think that's one of the biggest issues uh, that a lot of even hardworking or quality black men have is that uh, Pookies don't have to do anything, and
Well,
a
so
lot of
can I
women,
So
clarify
they got to
before you
do
finish?
something.
no, they
They
don't
got to
do
do
Hold on.
something.
nothing.
They
No,
just
no,
They
he's
don't.
right that
give her
Pookie.
sexual
Hold on.
attention. That's it.
Hold on.
No,
Let
they
me just clarify
don't.
what I said. I said the women expect that of them. I didn't say Pookies did it. So, but you're right. Pookies don't. That's why they Pookies. You know,
Yeah,
they
but
do what
see,
they do.
right, but here's the thing: it's like a lot of women, a lot of I don't want to say all because I don't like to generalize, but a
I say
lot
all
of
all the
our
time.
women, uh, they it's hard for them to get in a relationship with a man that is already built. So that's why they don't compete. That's why they don't want to they really that's the type of man that they want, but they don't want to deal with that man because uh, he's
He
already
has too
put
many
together.
restrictions. Right.
He's already put together, and it's hard for them to prove their value to a man who's already built. So what they do is they go and they find a man who doesn't have shit. They a Pookie and a Ray Ray. So instead of a Pookie sacrificing himself for a woman, that woman ends up sacrificing everything she has for that Pookie because she's trying to show her value. Because when she has put this man together, when she has put this man together, she's going to say to herself, look at what I've done. Look at what I have created, and she's going to try and take pride in that, and have some type of hold some type of value within this man, and also control that man at the same time because she contributed into making that man. But then at the same time, what she doesn't know is that a man who is given something versus a man who has earned something, a man is going to respect something that he's earned versus something that is given to him. So when that woman, when she has invested all that time into building this man up and everything, he doesn't value her because he didn't have to work for anything. She did all the work herself. So then of course he cheats on her and she moves on. He moves on to somebody else. The issue is that the next man that she comes to, she makes that man pay the price for her building into the last man. So instead of you building all that work, all that time, all that effort that you put into Pookie and Ray Ray, you won't put that into a quality man. And that's what a lot of issues of men today have. So I don't. If a woman came, here's the thing, right? If a woman came across a man and she had expectations in that man, right? If she is used to those expectations, that's fine. I'm just being honest. If you want to acquire caviar, then you need to be eating caviar your whole life. You can't just be eating top ramen noodles and then one day say I want caviar. You
Well, you know what, bro? brother, I really agree
Can I
with
say
your
something?
sentiment, but you are doing something that a lot of black men do to create the problem. Because I do
Yes,
agree with your sentiment, but you are saying that they cannot get into the relationship with a different type of man. No, the truth
They
is they
can.
can. They just don't. They don't
No,
want
no, they
to.
can't. No,
They are
no, no, they
no,
no, no,
They
they
can't.
like
no.
the
don't want
drama.
to.
A lot of
No,
They
women
like the
are
drama.
simply no, no. The thing is, they can do it. They are unwilling to do what is required to be in that relationship. Do they have the physical ability to be a better person, to have a better man? Yes, they do. A woman can lose weight. A woman can drop her attitude. A woman can start being respectable. She can change the way she dresses. They got the ability to do it. We as men, because we want to protect them so much, we don't accept. They just don't want to. That's all it is at the end of the day. They just don't want to. And most
we
of
just
that
have to
is
call.
because,
Yeah.
and this is another hard thing. Most of that is because we're black, and we don't want to deal with the fact that because we're black, they don't want to, because that hurts our ego.
Hmm.
Let me
No,
pose a question
no,
to the entire
like
group real quick.
Bro, the Lions Den is going in.
Let me pose a question to the group, men and women, because
Okay.
we can go around in circles with this whole thing.
Right.
So how do we create better men and women so that the dating pool isn't full of shit?
Tell them
Like
the truth.
how do we elevate to the point where we are not having to have these type of conversations, because it's the dating pool has such an abundance of decent choices that we don't have to talk about this anymore. Like, how do we
Tell them the
elevate as a
truth and
people?
don't accept losers.
There you go.
They're losers.
Um,
Tell them,
I
tell
feel
them the
like
truth and you don't accept losers. We
Because
don't praise losers for losing. That's
thank you.
all. Yeah.
I think we give a pass for like we got the Pookies, we got the Ray Rays, we got the LaQuishas, we got the Walmart
So,
Tavies.
what you're asking, how does the dating pool become? How does the dating pool get fixed
How do
amongst
we
us?
how do we elevate as a people, as a whole, men and women? Because there's a lot of messed up mentalities that we have out there that give a pass to a lot of bad behaviors on both sides. We have too many excuses for bullshit behavior, bullshit things that we do on a regular basis that we think is normal, and we've gotten so used to it that it is normal, and that's not
Right.
right.
So
that's
why
why
do
people
well
hate Daphne.
here's the issue, right? Men and women are not the same. As a matter of fact, men and women don't even get married for the same reasons.
That's right.
They don't. So you have to ask yourself, because women, they praise that every day is there's it's provider, protector, leader, builder, that gets blasted across social media all the time. But the thing is that they don't know why. Why does a man get married? See, men get married for one reason: family. Women don't. Now, today's women don't. Today's women, they get married to get rich. And they're looking for a man that's making a certain kind of money. You're not looking for a family, because if you wanted a family, you could find a hardworking working man and build a family with that man. That's not your goal. Your goal is to have some type of business partner with benefits that you can have kids with. That's your goal. Is this Real Housewives of Atlanta bullshit? You trying to basically get paid to be in a relationship. But why does a man get married? A man gets married for family. That's the only reason a man gets married, is for family. And back then, if you were a man and you didn't have your shit together, if you didn't have something going for yourself, if you didn't have a job, if you didn't have status, if you didn't have something going for yourself, a woman would not touch you. You would just be some hermit walking around that's a virgin. Today, all of the wrong men are having sex. So the leverage that women had over men, they don't have that anymore, because the one thing that a man would get married for is family, and you're giving families away for free.
So so
This is the thing.
let me drop this real quick. This goes back to my point earlier, because if you got shit type men that are willing to sleep with women, you got decent men that are also still willing to sleep with those same type of women, then what message are we really showing?
Well,
No, no,
that's what
it's
that's
no,
what I
no.
have to get
See,
to. The
women.
issue is, well, let me just say this, because the thing is, you know what I'm saying, and I agree with the last brother who was just speaking, not Shy, the brother I'm not familiar with. I agree with you, because men they do want family. The issue is we are trying to fix a false narrative. There is no problem on both sides. One thing that is not blasted across the internet that our men are supposed to be leaders. Women say protectors and providers all the time. A lot of men say protectors and providers. The word leadership is rarely used when it comes to black men dealing with women. The man is
No.
your leader.
They mention leadership after they have a baby by the wrong man.
Now, well, yeah, I mean, but my thing is, when they talk about what a man's job is supposed to do, you will rarely hear a woman say he's supposed to be what I say all the time: leader, protector, provider. You protect and provide for
but
those you lead.
they don't make leaders their first choice.
But that's not what I'm addressing. The issue is the issue is there's no problem on both sides. If a man is trash, so be it. He can lead his woman to trash if that's what he want to do. It is not my job to jump on his case because he led a woman to trash. The issue is the fact that women don't accept the leadership. A man's going to lead wherever he leads to, whether it's greatness, glory, trash, whatever the case is. If a woman is with a man that she will not follow, she is the problem. And men don't accept that because we have not been raised to even believe we're supposed to be leaders. If I lead you, you follow. So I would say, well, I do say a woman got 6 months to leave a guy. If she say that guy is not worth following for a lifetime, I would give her 6 months to get away from that guy. Anything beyond 6 months, I don't want to hear it no more. Whatever he required of you and that you were unwilling to do, you are the problem because you are supposed to be the follower. He is the leader, therefore you follow. You cannot tell me I'm wrong when I take a subordinate position and I won't listen to my superior. Point blank, period. We don't want to say that as men because
you're talking about a stray.
Feelings.
You're talking about a stray.
No. I'm saying when you're in relationships, period. Men have been trained to accept women that don't respect their leadership. Women don't want that. They don't generally respect our leadership, or they just would follow without it being such an issue. That's the main thing in the black community. Women don't want to follow black men, and we don't want to say that because it's gonna hurt our egos.
So us as leaders, us as men, where are we learning how to be leaders as men?
Your leadership, it has nothing to do with it. I'm not saying a man got to be a great leader or got to lead to where you think is okay. Wherever he going is fine. Women have an issue following Pookie the same way she got an issue following the dude in the boardroom.
No, women follow. That's the problem. Women follow.
I think women just choose to follow. Women follow Pookie. They're more exciting.
Yeah, women follow Pookie. There's no question about that. They follow Pookie. That's
Pookie ain't married either.
Right, but see, they follow Pookie.
So where's
they won't follow a man?
Because we can point fingers at.
To an extent, they follow Pookie. Because I didn't hit Pookie girl. She follow when she want to. If she really followed them, I'd have never been with Pookie girl. Because I didn't mess with Pookie girl too.
So we can point fingers.
Yeah, we can.
I want to say what's the root cause of what we're talking about right now?
I just gave it.
No, feminism.
You think
exactly.
Feminism.
So that's what I was going to say.
I don't think so.
If you want us to create a world, if you want us to create a world full of better women, get rid of feminism, get rid of sexual liberation, because that's what gave rise to these modern women in the first place. You know.
I know we like to say that, y'all, but I don't think it's feminism. These hoes just don't want to follow.
Okay, so and that goes back to my other question.
That is because feminism,
it's them.
As leaders, we have to also know how to follow very well first before we can lead. We have to.
You're supposed to do both.
Hold on, guys.
Because I get that from being a servant leader. I get that from being a servant leader.
Before you say what you're about to say, I actually want to stop you from saying what you're about to say because I know
I'm about to get off the phone. I just want to listen in a minute.
But the reason why I want to stop you is because you're going to placate to what women say, and that's going to be a problem.
I wasn't really going anywhere with it. I want to ask questions to make.
Go ahead, gotcha.
I want to just ask questions to help the conversation evolve somewhat, and then I want to get to a place to where we can come up with solutions instead of.
So let me ask you a question. Why do you think that the devil tempted Eve and not Adam?
I think that people I think people misunderstand the Bible.
Why do you think the devil tempted Eve and not Adam?
Because she couldn't
because
follow.
Eve was a female and acted on logic. Adam was a man of logic, and she couldn't tempt him or persuade him like that. So she went after the woman, the weaker
So
vessel, as it
the
was back
No,
then.
question,
because the only thing that could break a man is a woman.
so the question I would ask first before any of
Oh,
that
that
is,
too.
why is the
So
devil even allowed to
feminism.
be there in the first place?
So
But
feminism.
What?
so
Feminism, right?
So you
technically,
gonna blame God? Is
technically,
that God's fault?
technically, no,
So
technically,
no,
he said
because
that he
we'll
tempted
go a
Eve.
whole different
Hold
direction on
on,
that because
Yeah,
we
we
are,
if
but
are.
hold on.
This
Let
is
me address
crazy.
that
yeah,
because
we won't
there's
go
many
anywhere on that one.
answers to that. A lot of people, well, pastors, they say that because when Eve is with Adam, they're one. But because she was by herself in that garden, it's easier to tempt her by herself than when she's with, Adam.
But yeah,
So
but
it's
he
easier to
could
deal with
not
Eve
tempt
by
Adam.
herself.
That's
What
the
the
thing. He
pastors
could
say.
not tempt Adam. He couldn't
That's
tempt
Well,
the
what
devil
I'm
could
saying.
not tempt
well,
Adam.
Right?
Adam
No.
was right. Adam was
Eve was
right there.
easier out of the two of them when they were alone in the garden. She's easier to tempt. But if she was right near Adam, that serpent wouldn't have came into the garden.
No, no,
No.
Exactly.
So
Adam was there. Adam was there. He was right there. He was not deceived, and Adam was punished for not doing what he's supposed to do. Adam literally got punished for listening to a woman.
So
You
I'll
see,
say
a
this.
lot of people want to
Let me
flex
throw
on that
this out there.
story. But,
Let me throw
well,
this
let me
out
just say
there.
this real,
Well,
real
they are
quick
both to blame when you think about it.
before you cut me.
he's the
The
leader.
whole point of everything y'all saying, and even bringing up feminism, it's about not following the man. If you're not gonna follow the man, you shouldn't be with the man. Men allow women to misuse them. We allow women to be with us and not follow what we're saying, and we try to protect them from their doing wrong by not following us. My thing is, if you won't follow me, you can't be with me. And most men do not take that stance.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
say for
Go on
that
with
for that
you, guys.
story, if we're
Wrap it
gonna if
up.
we're gonna use that story, if we're gonna use that story, we have to understand that the God in that story was not omnipresent. The fact that he had to go into the garden and actually look for his creations, Adam and Eve, that changes the whole narrative. There's a lot of things that we misinterpret as far as
Mhm.
that story goes. So I try to stay away from trying to use Bible verses to support different arguments. The whole thing about that is we need to look at that a whole different way.
The reason I brought up Adam and Eve is no different than feminism. It's no different. Dave Chappelle said this, right. He said this. He said if a man could have sex with a woman in a cardboard box, he would. But men buy big houses and nice cars because men know women like men who have big houses and nice cars. Men don't set the standards for men. Women set the standards for men. And it's
I'm
interesting because I've came across men who I'm like, if you want a quality woman, right? If you wanted a quality woman, these are the steps that you have to take in life to get a quality woman. And you know how many times a man has looked at me and says, I don't have to do all that. I ain't gotta have shit. I don't even have to have a job, and I can go have sex with a college educated woman. And he is 100% actually correct.
Okay.
It goes back to me
I think.
saying we
All
should
right.
stop
So hold
sleeping with
on.
all these different types of women because we actually
I hear you,
validate their
brother.
behavior.
I
Yeah.
can't go with you on
Got
that,
into
man. I
What,
can't.
what,
It's
that's
just
so
not gonna
so
solve.
I'm
That's not.
standing on that, man. I'm
No,
let's
you
standing on
I
that
hear
can't
one.
you.
stand on it.
I
But
hear
let's do
you.
it,
let's do a round table and wrap it up because I know a lot of people have to get off. But Roger, do you want to go ahead and start the round table, or do you want me to start somewhere else?
I mean, I started.
Dang,
That
Shy
ain't
just
never no
left
issue for me.
abruptly. Damn, Shy,
Roger
you
be
should
ending with
have
some
left.
good.
Damn it, Truth
Roger
Teller.
be going
Yeah,
some good stuff.
I
Shot
blame
and pissed
Truth
y'all
Teller
off.
for sending. Damn, Shy didn't
Shot,
even say
yo,
bye. He just left. He said, "Fuck this panel." I'm just
Shot,
playing. Go ahead.
Shot messing with me. He heard you give me the option to start the round table. He like, I ain't messing with Roger like that. You
Don't
know?
say that. People gonna believe Shy angry. Shy said he had to go, man. Come on,
Next, next
Shot
show,
cool people, y'all. Shot cool people.
based off of Truth Teller, the next show we're gonna do is "Are
y'all.
You a Hoe?" Truth Teller, you lead
Oh,
that show. Are you a hoe?
I'll be on there.
Truth
I'll
Teller,
just ask a couple
Truth
questions. I'll
Teller, I need
analyze it.
you. Are you a hoe?
I'll
Truth
analyze
Teller,
it.
and I'm gonna have women come on and Truth Teller, you gonna tell them if they a hoe, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell them it's real
Yeah.
simple. You like having sex with multiple dudes?
Yes, I do.
Oh well. Oh, then you a hoe.
Okay, then they're gonna be
Okay.
like, Truth Teller, what state are you in? Okay, go ahead, Roger.
I love hoes. Come visit me. It's okay.
Hey, and when they say that, they be like, "What's your girl look like?" Show us a picture of your girl. That's what they do.
I've been married for 20 years, and she was an 8 when we got married, and she's a 6 now. So
Man, don't
we'll
do
keep it
that.
running.
Don't, man. Your wife is beautiful, man. Don't
You
do that.
fucked up.
Well, I love my wife. I love
He
my
just
wife.
said his wife is a 6. Truth teller. Well, he
That
truth. I guess truth teller.
He
Does
talking
your,
She
about
got
brought
he
that
older.
talking
What
big
do
about
you
to
boy.
want me to
y'all.
say?
hey, truth teller. Does your wife know that she's a 6? Did you tell her that?
I
Does she
tell her
know?
that
He
all the
talking about
time.
he talking about to y'all. She's a 6 to us. To him,
Honesty's the best
she's a
policy.
10. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was
She's a
doing.
10 in my heart. She's a 10 in my heart. There we
She
go.
gonna be in the doghouse. Truth teller. She ain't gonna say
Hey,
the door
babe,
is
you
Now
used
locked.
to be an 8, but you became
I
a
tell her all
6.
the
Hey, truth teller. She said the door is locked, man.
it ain't locked. It's my house. It ain't gonna be
Look.
locked.
He said she was an
Yeah.
8. You are crazy. Wow.
Well, you
No,
know
no,
what?
Go ahead,
everybody gonna
Roger.
have to get out. Everybody gonna have to get out if I can't get in. Kids and all, everybody gotta leave.
What
Hey,
what
we
truth
definitely
teller
gotta
has
do this
made me
again, y'all. Go ahead, Roger.
yeah. No. Truth teller has made me change my mind. I'm gonna take the last statement rather than the
Okay,
first statement. He
truth
done made
teller.
because I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
about
take
to
the
hear. He
last
done
one.
made me change my mind.
I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead. Truth
I'll
teller.
go first.
Like y'all all hoes unless you're married. Go ahead, truth teller.
Now, I have a issue. So I have a habit of when I'm trying to give advice to fix something, I give you the bad news straight. I'm not candy coating it. I'm not making it sound nice. Ladies, you having sex with multiple men is not a good thing for you, right? What you want from a man is more than you can provide a man. And guess what? You having his baby is not giving him children because you also have 50% of the responsibility for the kids and your kids too. So if you want to say you're giving them 50% of a kid, then we can talk about that. There's no reason why there should be any accidental pregnancies. No woman should be having babies until they're married. You guys have full control and knowledge of your cycles because they teach it to you before you even get a cycle. You all know how not to get pregnant. You all have a ton of tools to stop pregnancy from babies going to term. Y'all hoes don't want to do no work. Y'all don't want to follow. In order to be a leader, somebody does have to follow you. You cannot expect a man to take all the responsibility for things happening and going wrong and fixing them. And then you, on the other hand, don't think you owe him for him taking on those tasks. And you guys need to take into account that niggas is leaving now. So niggas is leaving. And just so y'all know, some of the niggas that's on this panel done left already. So that was on this panel. They already
My
No,
bad.
gone.
Shy came back.
I
Shy,
got
Shy knew
disconnected.
I was gonna cuss him out.
No,
Shy
I
was
got
gonna
Oh,
cuss
you
him out.
disconnected.
back? Some of them
I got
already gone.
disconnected. Don't be firing no shots at me, man.
I was probably trying to shoot. We
I got
disagree on
disconnected.
what we
Hey,
disagree
Shy
on
said we
hoes.
all
I
hoes
think
on this
hoes is
panel.
important.
Shy said, fuck
Listen,
them
man.
hoes. We off the panel.
Listen, man. You can salvage yourself from being a hoe. You just got to get married. So what you need to do is just like y'all go to college, go to white school, learn some stuff, get some cooking, go get some etiquette, get rid of
Mm.
them tattoos. I don't know
Mama
why
can get
y'all putting
divorced and right back
tattoos
to
on
being
y'all
a hoe.
chest. Stop wearing
We,
weave. And guess
truth
what? When we
teller. We
tell
like
y'all,
tattoos, man. Damn. Truth teller.
the problem is we don't like them.
Just
So
don't
y'all
have too
need to
many of
fix.
them.
We
I
don't
love
like them.
my prison tats. Truth teller. Damn.
Damn, damn.
Damn.
You've
I
been to
can't
I
help
don't
prison?
know
you.
who this
I
we
Wow.
can't
I'ma
is.
put
help you
one
with
on
the
my
prison
forehead
tats.
tomorrow anyway.
I can't help you with the prison tats. I'm sorry.
Come
We
on,
we
truth teller.
what
Let
you
me be
can
me,
do
man.
is when we tell y'all go natural, you can at least put a hairstyle in your head. Going natural don't mean walking around with a baby fro that's not combed out. How about that? We can work on that.
Hey, truth teller,
Start
you
there.
tough, man. You tough.
Start there.
Hey, the ladies, hey, the ladies gonna
Appreciate
be
you
about
having me
you.
on here.
Hey, Roger, they're gonna say, don't bring his ass back. We don't like his ass. Fuck that nigga. Look,
I be
he
harsh,
he
man. I
ain't even
know.
black. I'm like, you didn't even see what he look
Yeah,
like.
I'm not black. Yeah, just so y'all know, my wife is a spitfire, right? We talk shit to each other just like this. This is us. This is us talking to each other. So my wife ain't just bending over. You know, she's smart back too. So it ain't like I'm
Ooh.
living the life of a demure wife. So don't get it twisted.
Okay, so you may be
Where
in
the
the
baby
doghouse tonight,
froze.
truth teller.
Sorry,
You gonna be in that doghouse tonight?
I I own the house. How the hell am I gonna be in the doghouse?
Because the
I
woman's in
told you
the dog.
if I got to go, we all going. We got to get out.
Hey,
Kids and
I can hear him
all.
saying that. You sleeping in the basement. We both sleeping in that bitch.
Yeah, we all sleeping in the basement. No, I mean all of us. Not just me and the wife, the kids too.
Man, you crazy. Hey, I can see
None
that
of y'all
too.
gonna do better than me. I pay for this. None of y'all gonna do better than me.
Hey, I like you, Truth Teller. You cool, man. I like you. Hustler, what you got to say, man? No threats
Okay,
either, Hustler.
first of all, I don't judge
Why you
anybody
said
for
no
wearing
threat?
tattoos. Why would I threaten you?
No, I'm talking
No,
about to the women he don't like. Like, listen, bitches, don't
no,
mess with
she
me.
said no threats.
You on the
No.
edge.
Well,
Hustler said he on
Miss
the
Sutton, you're
edge.
different. Well,
Go
you're
ahead, Hustler.
different, my girl. You're different. And
Thank you,
first of
sir.
all, I don't judge anybody for tattoos. I mean, I work around people who wear tattoos, so I don't judge anybody. I'm at the gym right now. Plenty of tattooed men up in here. I ain't judging not one of them. So hey.
You
And
at the
second
what?
of all,
You said you're at the what?
I'm at the gym. Plenty of tattooed
I
people
thought you
up in
said you
here,
was
so I
at the
don't judge
jail.
anybody
I'm
for
like, the
tattoos.
jail, nigga. What is going on tonight? Okay, go ahead. You said gym. Sorry,
Gym,
sir.
gym,
I heard jail.
gym.
Sorry about that.
Y'all got her thinking something else. But anyway, as far as just fixing a broken woman, no, it is never a man's job to fix a broken woman. And Daphne, shout out to you because you said, I remember earlier you mentioned how you were going through some things, but you didn't bring that to your now husband or whatever. You did the work without your husband getting involved. Whatever involvement he was in, it was minimal. You did the work without him sticking his nose in, trying to stretch his neck out there or whatever. So shout out to you for that. That's the way it needs to be. If you're broken, you need to be fixed. Do it without involving too
Hey,
many
hold on.
other
Somebody eating a
people.
bag of chips? Hold on, Hustler. There's a lot of sound effects
Is
tonight
somebody
going on.
grocery shopping?
My
Yeah.
bad.
Who was that?
Sound like somebody was pushing a janky shopping
I
cart
heard
with the bad
vibrators
wheel.
today. I heard people eating. It's just been a wild night. Y'all own it tonight. Okay, go ahead, Hustler. Sorry about that.
It's all right. I thought somebody was grocery shopping, but okay. But
Are you
yeah,
done?
it's never. I say it's never a man's job to try to fix a broken woman. I'm gonna stand on that, no matter what anybody say. Now, if she's broken, she needs to do the necessary work and don't involve me because I'm not 100% put together. But if you're broke to the point where I gotta go to Home Depot and get a whole tool set and put you back together, no, the hell with it. I'm gonna find something that doesn't need any fixing and make do with that.
Gotcha.
That's like me buying a broken car and needs fixing and tooling of it. I can just go get me a fresh car that doesn't need any work done on it. Same
That's true.
thing with relationships. Get someone that doesn't need a lot of work done. They're not perfect, but they don't require constant fixing, constant working, constant looking after, constant everything. All that attention and time for what? A woman that's probably not gonna value you in the first place. So no. So no.
Hey, Hustler. How
I
many women are
recommend
at
you
that
don't.
gym? How many women are at that gym that you're at? Can you count by hand?
I didn't bother count. I'm gonna say about 15, 20.
Oh, okay, that's not bad. Okay.
Are they black?
Um.
I knew
Oh
that was
I'm
wow.
gonna
coming.
say
See,
I
truth
knew that
teller,
was coming.
truth teller.
I
yeah.
knew that
I
was
was
Okay.
coming.
Well,
waiting to get that off.
if you don't mind my answering the question, I'm gonna say 70% of these ladies in here are non-black. The remaining 30% are black.
Damn.
Okay, we
Okay.
got some sisters in there.
I
All
was
right, all
waiting for
right.
that to come. I was like, it's about
Hey,
to
But then
shift.
truth
again,
teller.
but then
Hey, truth
again,
teller.
I'm in the suburbs. So what you expect? I'm in the suburbs, and that's a big city. So what you expect?
Hey, truth teller. I was in the sauna with a woman who only went in there to sweat, and I knew why she was in there, so I ruined her whole video shot. I was in there coughing
Stop
and
it.
teething. She was mad.
Ew.
I stayed my ass in there too. She tried to stay in there.
Why?
Hey, she said, eventually this bitch will leave. I stayed in there for about 30, 45 minutes. She left first. We ain't doing that up in here. We ain't doing that up in here. I was coughing,
Why
teething.
did
Killjoy.
you do that? Why did you do that?
Killjoy.
We're not doing that in here. No, dog. You ain't in here for the right reason. She in there trying to
You,
film. Nigga, I was sick that day.
you know
Okay,
what you did? You
huh?
obstructed a good hoe. You obstructed a good hoe. That's a crime. That's a
You said she
crime.
was in there sweating. Sweating for what?
Obstruction of hoes, man. Hey,
Yeah,
truth
you
teller,
can't
you
obstruct a
crazy,
good
man.
hoe. Damn, you
Hey,
gotta let them do what they do.
hey,
They
Raj, I'm about
good.
to
Come
get a
on.
whole bunch of inboxes. Don't bring him back. Everybody but him. Okay, Terry, go
His
ahead,
name
dear.
Truth Teller. His name
I
Truth
know,
Teller.
and
That's
he
all
ain't
I can
lying.
tell
He
you.
living up to the name. Carry on. What you got?
Uh, no, I get it. There's been a lot of conversation uh, saying, well, if women just need to follow men and all this other stuff, and I think we forget that a woman has to be taught how to follow in order to follow. No different than a woman has to be taught how to get along with a man. And today, women are not taught how to lead. They're not taught how to follow. They're not taught how to get along with a man. So when they are put into that situation, they don't know what to do. And then they take advice from other women who also don't know what to do. Um, and I think I might get it. You got some people who believe in God and don't believe in God, whatever you want to call it. I think if women actually read the Bible instead of creating their own version of the Bible, creating their own God, then they would actually see a lot of fault within themselves, because the society that we live in tells you go out there and go find the one. Go find the one. But God himself says you must become the one to attract the one. The entire Bible is literally all about self-construction, building yourself into a better person than the person you was yesterday, so you can attract the person you're supposed to be with. If you're a damaged person, or if you've been poisoned, because you hear a lot of people talking about, well, if this person was toxic, whether you toxic too. Well, how's that possible? What do you mean? Well, how are you around someone who's poisonous and don't become poisoned yourself? The person who poisoned you, and then you are toxic for allowing that person to do it. So I get it. There's a lot of issues going on with our women. I think if our women understood how men operate, what a man does with his penis has nothing to do with how he feels at all. A man could have sex with you for 2 to 3 years straight and not love you.
I agree. Okay. Heard that, Jock. Shy, I know you got things to do, Shy. Go ahead, dear.
I'm soaking up the different perspectives and mentalities that are out in the conversation right now. I don't really got much to say, except we have to be honest with ourselves and each other, and just leave it at that, because we really do give a pass to a lot of bullshit that we have accepted and we believe is normal, and it's not normal. And I like what the brother just said previous to me, when he said people who are toxic. You basically facilitate a lot of the behaviors. We facilitate a lot of bullshit that we actually see right now that we're complaining about on a constant basis. So we got to be honest with ourselves and each other.
Amen. Hey, a Brit, are you able to speak now? Okay, First Prime, go ahead.
Yeah, I think I got it all worked out now. Can everybody hear me?
Okay, wait. Yeah, we can hear you now. Go ahead. Brit, can you hear us?
Okay. Listen, fire show. Hey, hats off to everyone. Fire show. Good. Hey, shout out to everyone, Daphne. I support you and all the work that you're doing. Peace and blessings to everyone here. Yo, this is a fire topic. Like, we done went from talking about whores to how do we, get a husband and everything of that nature. But no, this is great. I've been in the chat, and I think that the work is the key. Like, we get who we are. You only get the outward manifestation of what we have neglected to work on internally. You get someone who wastes your time because you yourself waste your time. You don't go to the gym. Well, you manifest someone who's not accountable because you yourself are not accountable. You said you was going to write that book. You said you were going to go to the gym, but you're not. But you didn't. You manifest a liar because you yourself, you lie to yourself every day. So the work that we're neglecting to do within becomes the outward manifestation of what we've neglected.
Okay, I heard that. Britt. Hey, y'all. Did everybody hear what he said? Y'all caught that?
I mean, I did, but I guess my question to that is, you know, who is because who is what's the best way to say it? Because it seems like the one. I mean, Daphne's one of the few people, right? But it seems like uh, one of the main groups that are, you know, telling women the truth are men. And women, women don't tell the truth to each other.
Oh,
And I asked a woman about it. I said, you know the truth, so why won't you just tell this woman? And she says, what am I supposed to do? Tell her the truth so she can go commit suicide? I said, well, so women, if they went around holding every other woman accountable, they just start deleting themselves from the planet.
no, hell
Is
no.
it, right?
Hell
So it's, so that's the logic. That's the logic that we're on. So it's
You
better
shouldn't
to
accept
walk
it that
around
because
in
you
a
know these hoes
delusional
ain't gonna
lie.
commit no suicide because somebody told them something they don't believe. You know they ain't gonna go jumping off no bridges.
Hell no.
We all
Scared
know.
is.
Yeah, they go. What that woman was afraid of is the backlash that she would got if she tried to do that. That's what she was
Facts.
afraid of.
Facts.
Right. Well, for now on, this is what I've been telling women. I said, stop judging other women for us men. Stop doing that.
Mm, mm.
And
I appreciate
well,
that.
and I was like, look, unless y'all are lesbians, unless y'all are gay, if you want to call, I'm just saying, if you want to call Lizzo and all of the other folks, and oh, she a queen and she gorgeous and she beautiful stuff, okay, well then you go date her, but don't give her that title for us men.
Right.
Don't do that,
Right.
because then she'll go out there with that expectation and be like, I don't get it. I got 100 women saying I'm a queen, and this one guy, he said I'm not, so he must be gay.
Yep. That's what they do. Or she must be a pick me, right?
Right.
Yep.
So, if women start telling each other the truth, like even what was it? What was it? I forgot that show. I forgot that podcast. But the chick who had the 7 kids, and everybody, she was like, "Oh, I got 7 kids,"
It
and
was called Home.
is
It was
it
called Home.
yeah,
Right, Truth Teller? Truth Teller know that. Huh, Truth Teller? Home?
and she was like, I got six
Oh,
kids, and is there any hope for me and stuff like that? And like all the guys was looking at their fellow person on the panel, and even she really did not want to tell her the truth. But in the end of the conversation, she was like, you just might want to work things out with your child's father. Why not
well,
just
that's
tell
her
them the truth?
hope. Yeah, that's her hope. It is.
What?
Yeah.
Hoes have
So,
hope. They do have hope. It's just they don't. They come through being hoes. I mean, I don't want to knock them for being hoes. We love hoes.
We
So
okay.
live in a
let
world
them
of
go ahead
hope.
and be a hoe.
We have a whole tapia, man. We live in a whole tapia.
And
Exactly.
Terry,
We can't have them
you
all
said
being
it was
hoes. That's
seven,
the problem.
seven kids?
Yeah.
So hold to
Yeah.
the seventh power, right? Truth Teller?
Yeah.
Hold to the
Oh,
seventh
to
Those
the
ain't
power.
seventh,
we.
to the
That's
seventh power is
disrespectful. That's
crazy.
disrespectful.
Oh, that's
We
fucked. I'd rather
we
just be
call
called a
her
hoe
an
than hoe to
ex.
the seventh power.
No,
That
we
hurt,
call
don't
her
it? It
an
sting a
ex.
little bit. You a hold to the seventh power. That hurt. That hurt
That's
me.
Yeah,
disrespectful. We just
that
call
hurt
her a
me, and I'm
senior
not even a
hoe
hoe.
or a madam. We don't
And
call her
she
a
a
hoe to the seven.
Hokage.
That's disrespectful. She a Hokage.
And,
Hey, first prime.
Ruling
First prime.
over villages, huh?
First prime. Did you go ahead, first prime. Go ahead, first
oh
prime.
shit, bro. Goddamn
Over villages.
Hokages, bro. Basically, what I was about to say was, I do. Honestly, I basically agree with everything. Like, basically, my main thing, like with the whole, to me, I would say if she don't think like, ladies, if you don't think body count matters to me, I think to me that would be kind of like an issue. And it's not mainly about the body count. It's like there's other stuff that comes with it, like fraternity. Fraternity is huge for me. I don't give a damn. Like, you got multiple dudes that you into, any of them could possibly be the father, and that ain't finna happen to me. And also, I ain't trying to catch no diseases if you just out there like that. That's fuck a hoe to the seventh power. You belong to the galaxy.
Damn. Damn.
So,
The
so
galaxy.
Hey guys, can you guys can one of my moderators put the Roger Reports channel in the chat, please?
I
Okay.
got a channel too, man.
Say your channel. Can y'all put your channels in the comments and I'll start promoting them, please?
Bet.
I want to make this like a normal thing for us on this channel on my page. I don't do enough shows and people get on me for that and I promote them at the last minute. So I want to know if Truth Teller, Hot Sauce, I liked him, Shy, the Roger Report, we can pick Wednesday. Roger, I was supposed to do this in your page, but we can still connect this together. But every Wednesday we choose a topic and we talk about it. That way I have a whole week to promote it. I also want to bring Godfrey back. He said he would come back on my page. Now, Roger, you had a chance to speak to Godfrey. The man is fucking intelligent. But I was just talking to Godfrey not too long ago, and he was telling me about hoes. You know, he hasn't found the
There you
right one.
go.
So I think we should do something around that. Not truth teller, not whole. I don't want to lose the channel, but I
Oh,
want to
okay.
collaborate.
Sorry.
I want to collaborate
Yeah.
with you guys, Truth Teller, you, Roger, and Hot Sauce, and the team, and we're gonna bring Godfrey back. That way we can talk. Y'all can talk about this as men, but I also want to have women on here too, so they can
Yeah,
admit
that'd be
that they
great.
are hoes and that they've lived a whole life.
Well, hey,
Okay.
we could do this. Women with special skills. How about that?
Hey, y'all remember? Y'all remember that episode of Wayne Brothers when he said, "Stupid, she's a hoe." Remember Angel? He said she had a million man, bro. That y'all gotta watch that episode. He said, she was cooking tacos. He said he said white or no flour or whole wheat. Nigga said whole wheat. That shit was so funny. So, but no, I just think every week we should do this. We should do. Okay, hold on. Did I kick somebody off? Okay, sorry y'all. But look, I just want to say something before Roger closes it out. Guys, this was a really great panel. It felt good not to have to speak that much. I feel good, letting a lot of you guys give your opinions. A lot of y'all have great opinions, and I think every week we should do topics that are uncomfortable for people. I think a lot of women live in that area where, like, I think Roger said this, or maybe it was you, Truth Teller, or maybe it was you, Terrion, about
It was
women
everybody.
telling each other that they don't have any problems. Yeah, girl, you good? Yes, bitch. Instead of telling them, no, you look like a fucking fool. We don't tell each other that enough, and if we do, we're hating. That's why me holding people accountable online, especially women, it has been crazy. They stalk, they harass, they don't want to hear the truth. That's why they hated Kevin Samuels. They wanted someone like, Derek Jackson. Ladies, you're beautiful. Keep eating. The stretch marks. Let them keep stretching. We love that. And he was cheating on his wife with women that were fit. Did y'all understand that? And these women still didn't leave Derek's side. They still follow this man to this day. He actually gained more followers. So that should tell you enough. They all wanted to fuck him. They didn't care he was married.
Wow.
So yeah, he gained more followers. And I'm
That's
telling you,
crazy.
this man know all about hoes. His wife said he slept with 100 of them, 100 hoes while he was married.
He's all
So yeah,
whole
he a hoe.
magnificent. Yeah.
But these women knew that he was married, so that made them hoes too. I think Roger said that. So that don't make them any better, But at the same time, I think this would be a great topic to talk about women who are just giving themselves away, and they think that that's the thing. They all want to be like Lori Harvey. Lori Harvey's a hoe. And when I said that, oh, here come the women, the hyenas. Ooh, you just jealous because she looks better than you. No, she's a hoe. She even messed around with men that were known to sleep around, and she's still a hoe. So no matter what they look like, they're still hoes.
She's what we call a sad hoe because there was no reason for her to be a hoe. She literally had
Yeah.
a royal flush. She had a winning hand that she just
Yeah.
had to kick.
Natural
She
hair.
just had to mess up.
She had the package, but she a hoe. She
You
ain't
know
no
what?
merry-go-round.
She
We
could be
gotta
married
call
to
it
a
what it is.
billionaire in Europe somewhere right now. If she had any sense, but
The next show needs to be the different types of hoes and why hoes do what hoes do.
But a lot of women live up. They want that lifestyle, and they're forgetting that they're not her. Y'all regular hoes. Y'all South Side, West Side hoes with red.
Hey, don't be a free hoe. If you're gonna be a hoe, don't be a free hoe.
Like that. Some of these hoes don't even gotta give them $40. You can take them to get their nails done, and you get what you want. Them are
hey,
loose goose.
Back in my day, I took advantage of a lot of free hoes. I don't want to knock the free ones because sometimes you don't got the budget to manage.
I'm an evolved man. I'm an evolved man. So I can identify with that. Back in the day, I was running through them like you need a 2-piece chicken and some red beans and rice. I got you.
At some point, I couldn't afford that. So free ones is it.
Didn't Donnie hit for a 12-piece? He gave a woman a 12-piece nugget and got the draws.
Listen, seal some chicken tenders. I'm gonna tell you the story offline of how I got some for $1, and because it was a rookie hoe.
The dollar special.
Oh my God. Yo, four quarters and got some. Damn.
She was a rookie. And look, afterwards I told her, I said, look, always get the money first because she was dumb. I had $100 in one pocket. I had a dollar bill in the other pocket. She said, well, I need to see the money first. I said, so I pulled the money. I said, I ain't broke over here. So we went to the bathroom. I turned the light off. I put the $100 in one pocket and gave it $1 in the dark. We came out and said, get the money first.
I can't co-sign that. You obstructed a good hoe.
Hey,
no. I'm gonna tell you this.
You deceived a good hoe.
You know what? You know what her
You
rookie
messing up
mistake was?
the game.
Her rookie mistake was she came up in there calling everybody broke. I'm like, no, I ain't broke, but I'm also
Oh,
not stupid.
okay. You didn't deceive it. You taught a bad hoe a lesson. I
I
feel you.
taught her a lesson. I guarantee
Yeah,
she
there
won't
you
make that
go.
mistake
There you
again.
go. There
He
you go.
crazy. Hey, Roger,
So
go ahead,
I mean,
go ahead and take us home, Roger.
okay. Okay, we'll do it. I guess it's okay for Shy to do that because she was a rookie, and rookies make rookies mistakes. But
Yo, they was from
a
California.
rookie.
They
Oh
thought they
god,
was coming down to take advantage of some Mississippi Bama, but that wasn't the case.
I'm
Well,
gonna say this to any brother who listening, because y'all can help y'all friends and family with this information out. Y'all really can. The one thing brothers need to accept. Now, I'm nice enough to put the age at 30. One thing that's missing out of the black community is a lot of women don't know they lose. You know, men, we don't have to deal with that as much because we've been finding out we are losers in different areas since we was kids. You wasn't the guy who won every race. You wasn't the best football player. You know, when we pick teams, well, we finna play basketball. I'm picking Henry, Jeff. I'm picking Mike. I'm picking Devin. And you know, some of us we got picked last. Some of us didn't get picked at all. You had to wait till you was able to pick to even get on the squad. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it was. So men been learning that they're losers in different ways since they were very small children. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, it's a good thing. Women are very much protected from the truth about how they're losers. Now, I say if you make it to 30 years old and you ain't never been married, you just officially a loser at that point. You know, no man thought it was good enough for him to bring you in to help him. And a lot of women, we go about things the wrong way. And for men who are having issues, a lot of times we're doing stuff the wrong way because we're not looking for that woman to come in and help us. Instead, we have a lot of people trying to figure out how can I make it where the woman doesn't have to do anything? How can I pay every bill because I want to feel like a man? How can I make sure my woman's on this pedestal because I want to feel like a man? We got our priorities messed up at the end of the day. You cannot have a good community if no one wants to reach their actual goals that they should be chasing down. As a man, I am supposed to be productive and I'm supposed to find a woman who's willing to help me. I didn't say I'm supposed to find a woman so I can take care of and brag that my woman never had to work. That's not what I said. Work is a good thing. If you a believer like me, God punished us with work. He said, I'm gonna allow y'all to work for your sake. He didn't give us work for his sake. He gave us work for our sake. So we are supposed to work. The woman's is supposed to be able to help me do something. So at the end of the day, as a man, if your woman ain't required to do anything, that's your fault. You didn't require nothing from her. But at the end of the day, women, ladies, we really love y'all at the end of the day. You know, as much stuff as people talk, black men really do love y'all. But at the end of
and
the day, you gotta be worth something. You gotta be worth something. And if ain't nobody married you, you ain't worth much. That's just the truth. It's an ugly truth, but it is the truth. If nobody wants to marry you, now I don't care what you got to say about marriage, because you don't even have a real voice in this issue. Because you could say, well, I don't want to get married. Well, then you're a broken woman because you were created to help a man. If you don't want to do what you were created to do, I already know you're broken. I ain't got nothing to figure out. You just broken and I don't pay no attention to you at the end of the day. Women, if you want better, you have to find a way to be better. And if I was y'all, I would stop talking to women that ain't trying to tell you how to be useful to a man. If you are useful to a man, normally a man will take care of you for life. If he blow up big time, he ain't gonna leave you for no white girl. Now I know we say it as a joke because Kanye put it in a song, but let's keep it real. If you was there at the beginning, the man gonna make sure you taken care of. Point blank, period. That is normal for me. It's not an abstract thing that you barely can see and can barely tell. No, it's very normal to make sure for a man to make sure his wife is straight. A lot of y'all blow it because you're not the wife. The man come up, but you wasn't the wife. He may look out for you, but now he got millions coming in. He ain't gonna do you the same way because you wasn't his wife. Just like Daphne asked me, well, what would happen if your wife had a mental breakdown? Well, my wife is my wife. Ain't no cost I'm unwilling to pay for my wife. But if you just some broad, and guess what? Unless we marry, when it really come down to it, you was just a random chick at the end of the day. You got to get to the marriage point. I don't want to hear about how you almost won the race. That ain't real. That's not winning. You know, Drake said it good in the song one time. If you second place, you just first to lose. That's it. You still lost. That's what it is. So if you want to be a winner, you got to do what it takes to win. In order to be with a man, you have to say, well, this is the man I'm going to choose. And I'm going to be willing to do what it takes to help him accomplish whatever goals he wants to accomplish. Now, if you got some personal goals you want to accomplish too, then present them to your husband. I'm sure your husband would help his good wife accomplish some goals too. I'm sure a husband would do that. But if you are unwilling to do that, you're not really worth much of anything at the end of the day. And I know that sounds harsh, but it not being harsh hasn't helped you. And if you ain't got no husband, obviously the answer is no. So who cares what you think anyway? And that's just real talk. And if you want to hear more like this, you can come on over to the Ride Report if you can stomach it, because we ain't gonna placate for you over there.
Let me tell y'all. Like I said, guys, Roger, you didn't put your channel in the comments. You guys have to head on over to the Roger Report, and we also have Truth Teller. We also have Shy, and we have the First Prime. Y'all make sure y'all follow these people. Roger does shows every morning at 9 a.m. Correct, Roger? Roger, can you hear me?
Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday, yes.
Guys, what I want to do is make this a normal thing where every week we have a topic that people don't want to deal with. I know a lot of women are going to be mad at me today. Trust me, I get it. This might have hurt you, might have resonated in your spirit, and you're feeling guilty about something. But hey, you can't get mad at them. This is their opinion. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. If it does apply, work on yourself. That's all I can say. At the end of the day, I think every week doing a topic that you guys don't like would create balance in my channel. I don't want to do safe stuff all the time. We have to do the shit that nobody likes to talk about. Okay? And a lot of women don't want to admit when they are hoes or admit when they are doing something wrong because they're so used to people telling them that everything they do is right. That's the Derek Jacksons of the world. But you guys got to start honing in and looking at yourself in the mirror and dealing with the things that you're not willing to work on yourself, your attitude, how you talk to people. He's not gay because he told you that you're not attractive. He's not gay because he told you that he's not interested or he doesn't want to fuck. He just don't want you. So at the end of the day, ask him what you can do to improve. See, a lot of you women that get rejected, you don't want to ask these men what you need to work on. They'll tell you. You're not going to want to hear it. They're not going to tell you you're beautiful. They're not going to tell you everything you do is perfect. They're going to tell you, take the weave off so I can do a proper analysis. No, I'm not doing that. Take your beard off. Well, ladies, we can't keep doing that because we know that one, that grows out of their face. The other one, that's welded into your head with glue. So we have to start being smart about what we do and how we do it. At the end of the day, you don't let men tell you you're wrong. You don't let women tell you you're wrong. So how are you supposed to improve? How are you supposed to grow? That's your problem. And that's why most of you guys are not wives. So at the end of the day, Roger, Truth Teller, First Prime, all you guys, I would like to have you guys back here next Wednesday at 7 for another hot topic. This time, if you guys want to bring people on that you think would be conducive to the topic, bring them on. I'm going to try to get Godfrey on next Wednesday. He does his shows, I think, around this time too. So I want to do a show where he's available, and I'll reach out to you, Roger, so you can confirm it with you guys. But guys, thank you so much for your time tonight. You made me laugh. Truth Teller, I think I did do. Roger, I did do a show, and Truth Teller was on there, right? There were times where Truth Teller told me shit I didn't want to hear. I was like, get this nigga off the panel. I left. Now let me tell y'all, I was on Roger's panel a few times, and I couldn't take it. The heat. I got out the kitchen. It was hot. I was sweating. I had to get out. I remember Truth Teller and Hot Sauce and Black Uru, I think. Y'all some tough. If you guys can survive one panel with Roger, you made it in life. I can tell you that. It ain't easy. It ain't for the weak. I came on there with the celebrity pot. I came on there with my mentality, and I left out of here with my head down. I was hurt.
And men, that's for men or women, fellas. Yeah, men or women, fellas. I said that's for men or women. We don't
men too. A lot of you men that think I know my stuff. Actually, I would encourage a lot of you men, if you don't work early in the morning, please get on Roger's panel. A lot of y'all thinking I can handle his panel. I would love to see you on there tomorrow. I'm gonna make an effort to be there to see if one of y'all show up, men or women. Hey. It's the Roger Report. He gets a lot of listeners.
I'll give it a shot. I've never been on it.
They're not gonna.
I just want to say,
don't come on there with your attitude. You leave hurt. Go ahead, Roger.
I don't do nothing without love. At the end of the day, it's for the love of my people. There's nothing.
Listen, y'all, I've known Roger for years, and he didn't even protect me, y'all. I was in shark-infested water. They was chewing my ass out. Roger acted like he couldn't hear it. He said his phone wasn't working. It was working. It was working. I got the fuck off that panel. I said my
He said
internet
his
was
phone
working.
wasn't working.
I got off. Roger said my phone ain't working, but he was texting me that. Y'all listen to what I'm saying.
Can you hear me? Can
Roger
you
didn't
hear
want
me
to hurt my
now?
feelings, man. He didn't want to hurt. Roger said he loves me like a friend, but he left me out there so I could fetch the waters. They got me. I ain't been back since. Was that a year ago, Roger? I'm still not healed.
God,
Hey,
I'm still not.
God
all I
damn,
know is
you
I
got
love you.
PTSD?
I'm still not healed from it. Roger's channel
Well,
was not
I,
weak, man. I came on there with my toughness, and I left out of there weak. I was weak, y'all. I'm telling you. So no, I'm gonna come mess with you, Roger.
I,
But what I'm saying is, Roger does not sugarcoat. It's very few channels like Roger's that people are gonna give you the truth. A lot of them sugarcoat. No, you're doing fine. No, you're right. When I started getting defensive, I think Truth Teller was one saying your tone changed a little bit. He was getting to me. I said, "Fuck
Hey,
Truth Teller. I don't need to hear this from this nigga. I'm married,
hey,
motherfucker."
Daphne,
The old
Daphne,
Daphne came out. The old Daphne came out, and I proved
and,
this point. I proved this
Daphne.
point, and I left.
and you know
Truth
what?
Teller
It's
said
Look
it's
at
a
the
my
lot
worst.
of
comment.
mature guys. Our panels are mature people, so we don't be. It's not if ladies, if you come on there, it won't be that type of environment where you getting attacked. You might be mad. We'll still talk to you normally. We are gonna hit you with some
They gone
knowledge, and
for
Truth
a
Teller,
year.
you a
make
damn
you
lie. Truth Teller,
want.
you
So
even and y'all, even when I got off the panel, he was still talking about me. Y'all, I was gone. Picture was
Daphne, look
gone.
at
Everything.
No, I
Truth
was
Teller
just.
said, "Good, she left." That mother. I'm just. I'm messing with you.
I don't
Daphne,
talk like
look
that.
at
I want you to come back.
my
I ain't
last
coming
Don't be
comment.
back.
having.
Sometimes I peek. I don't even comment. I don't want Roger to acknowledge that I'm there. Cause Truth Teller, he'll know I'm there, and he'll say, "Bring her on the panel," so they can just tear me apart, y'all. It's scary. Y'all gotta know.
I,
But
We
look,
just like hoes,
I'm
man. That's
always
all.
what do you mean you like hoes? I
yeah,
ain't no
no,
hoe, Truth
We just
Teller.
like hoes.
Hold on.
no.
What you saying?
We just like
Damn.
hoes.
That
He
didn't go
said
Me
right,
and
we
Truth
Daphne
Teller.
is
no,
cool.
I'm married,
No,
so
he
I can't mess with no
he try
hoes. I'm not calling
he,
you a hoe.
he
I'm just
trying he
saying,
try
if hoes want to come over, come on over.
They not coming over
We
there after hearing you tonight.
we
They gonna
we
tell me to
working on a 30. We working on a $35 million hoe party right now. You know, come
no.
on
Truth Teller. They gonna tell me to dox you. They gonna say dox his ass and
over.
send him some
man,
pictures.
that party
You
gonna
want to
smell
dox
like
me?
cheese and bacon, bro. Ain't nobody trying. That
Okay,
No,
shit
it's
gonna
gonna be
fine.
stink.
fun.
Fine. You
It's
better
gonna be
get
You
that
fun.
one
gotta
in there.
go up in there with a whole
Hey,
plastic
Truth
suit
Teller.
on.
Truth Teller. They want to know how they can find you, your page. A lot of people like
I'm
you too.
not. I don't have a page. I don't do it. I'm on Rogers. I might be on BGS every now and again. I don't have a page. I'm
Okay,
just
so OMG, go on Roger on the Roger
professional.
Report on YouTube. Subscribe to him. You'll see Truth Teller Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. and he will be there. Good luck.
I'll be
Okay.
wilding. I'll be
He
on
don't.
there
He don't.
wilding.
He don't hold back. Men or women, he'll get you. Don't
Oh,
let him.
just so you know, I am a
He'll
hood nigga, by the
purposely.
way.
He will
I don't
purposely
sound
pick
like
at
it.
you. He will
I am a
purposely
hood
pick
nigga.
at you until your tone change. Once your tone change, it's a wrap. He got you. If you sneeze, he got you. If you cough, he got you. So be careful. Don't let him
Hey,
get you.
man,
Hey, listen, you can be cracking up.
I'm gonna say.
Put your go ahead.
I don't want to cut you off. Say I'm just
No,
gonna say, just for anybody who come, it's nothing but love.
It
I would
is. I'm gonna
appreciate your
mess with you.
presence, whatever y'all want to do. And Daphne knows she gonna get protected whenever she come.
That's a
I'm a
damn lie.
protector. I'm a
Y'all listen,
protect.
I ain't been
so
back. It's been a
I'm a
year.
You gonna
I
take
think it's
care of
been the
my sister?
anniversary.
I'm a I'm gonna protect you like a sister. Real talk.
Now
I
when I
was
go
gonna
on the
tell
Roger
you,
Report, I get a warning. Are you sure?
I was gonna say that if
Are
you're gonna
you
listen to the
sure?
Roger, if you're gonna listen to the Roger Report, put your
Yeah.
earbuds in, because like I do it when I go to the gym, put my earbuds in, and you're gonna laugh, you're gonna
Yes.
listen, you're gonna have
Yeah.
some very introspective points that they're gonna bring up, but you have to come in with the open mind. So what
There you
happened to Daphne? And I made a comment. If you find my last comment I made,
go. Okay.
if it resonates with you, and you feel guilty, that means you need to fix your shit. That's what
Don't
that
do that to
means.
me, Shy, because I cuss you out quick.
Hey,
Don't
but
you
you're the
do
queen
that
of
to me.
you're the queen
Don't
of
you your
accountability.
tone is changing, Truth Teller. Hold on. It's changing. I'm pissed. I'm angry. They be like, damn, you
You
angry.
got me
No,
pissed.
guys,
You good now.
all
You
jokes
good now.
aside
You
though, Roger Report, he does have a wonderful panel. These are men that are gonna tell you the truth. They do have experience. A lot of them have PhDs. They're very intelligent. They're not just gonna let you get on with your attitude and with your, this is my opinion. I don't care about. It's fair all the way around. The only thing you have to do is be respectful. They will respect you. But the minute that they sense that you're being disrespectful, that's the only thing. But I promise you guys, the Roger Report has a very good show every day, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. What I do love about Roger is that he is open-minded. He will give you a chance to speak. So a lot of people they don't respect him enough to where they come on his panel with respect. They get mad about something that he said that hurt them. Men do it too. It ain't just women. I'm just telling you guys, He has a great panel. Please give it a chance. Go to the Roger Report. You won't be disappointed. Hey, Roger, I might listen in tomorrow, but I'm not coming on. You ain't gonna trick me, okay?
It's all
That's all I'm
good.
gonna say.
You
That's
welcome.
all I'm gonna say.
You
Come on
welcome
and just listen.
anytime you
No,
want
come
to
on
come.
and just
It's
listen.
any,
That's all.
yeah,
There it goes.
we here for the people. I
I
just put the
promoted it.
content out. Y'all do what y'all want with it. Whether you listen to it, whether you join the panel, whether you take it to work with, you do what you want. I just put the content out. That's all I do. I just put
Great
it out.
content.
It can't be that
I
bad,
think
can
Roger
it?
is on his 15th YouTube page. They attacked this
They
man
be
because he's
taking him
too real.
down. They
He's
be
too
taking
real
them
for them.
pages down.
I think they
What you
got a
say?
He's
virus
too
named
little.
after Roger. I think
In
they
what
got a
way?
virus named after Roger,
Look,
boy. Because
listen, I'm telling you how to stay safe on Roger's show because I've been on it a couple times. Go in
How?
there with get in there with the open mind, and then as soon as you feel yourself getting mad for something said,
Just
think about
leave.
it first. No,
Google.
don't leave. No,
No,
don't leave.
I
No,
leave.
no, look,
I
no,
get the
don't be
fuck
no
out.
she
bitch.
said,
Don't be no bitch and
I'll
leave.
leave.
I'm gone. My internet isn't working, Roger. He gonna be like, you just don't lie. It don't work.
Just listen.
So
Just
just for
dead eye.
everybody listening,
Just
the
listen.
reason why it gets hot is because a lot of our panel, there's a lot of educated people. We have Ivy Leaguers on our panel. We do have
True.
PhDs that come. So
PhD. Isn't Black
yeah,
Uru one of them?
yeah.
I
Black,
remember him.
yep.
He got that little thing.
No,
He's
not
crazy. He's tough too.
he not
He's
a
not a PhD,
he
but
not a
he's
PhD, but
quite
he's a
accomplished. Yeah, he's quite
he's
accomplished. Yeah,
quite accomplished.
Quite
yeah.
accomplished. Yeah, I like that. Guys, listen. The Roger
Yeah.
Report, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. You guys, every Wednesday at 7, I want that to be our designated time. Truth Teller Roger, let's come up with a great topic next week. Actually, if you could come up with a great topic between now and maybe tomorrow, I want to start promoting it now. I want to give every at least a week before the next show so we can have a great following because people tell me they never got the alert because I'm putting it on like 1 and 2 days in advance. So guys, I want to do a really good topic next week. I was just planning about the whole topic, but Truth Teller, if you got a
I
good,
got one. I
what?
got one. Here,
Call,
yeah.
call
What
it,
was it?
call it
Was my
Hokage.
whole no, yeah, I'm the Hokage. Was my
Yeah.
whole phase worth it?
Call
There
it,
you
is a
go.
whole worth it?
I
Hey,
said,
you know
was
what?
my whole
Was my
phase
whole
worth it?
thing worth it?
I got
Oh,
an
that's a
idea real
good
quick.
one.
I got an
Was my
idea.
whole phase worth it?
No,
And this is for men and women, right?
Right.
I have a friend
Sure,
on
but you
Instagram
gonna have a
named Whole
problem with
Face.
us though.
Okay,
You gonna have
I'm
a
gonna see
problem
if
with
my
us because
friend
we
can come
like
on
hoes.
that show. I do have a friend that's from Chicago, Roger. He's called the Whole Face Expert. So he used to be a hoe. So I
Listen,
think
Ooh,
he could be.
ooh.
I got an idea. I
Okay.
got
That's
an
his
idea.
Instagram. Go
I
ahead.
got an idea. So
Yes, sir.
when you're having the panel, I want to see in the comments because our entire conversation we went all over the place and a bunch of different topics, a bunch of possible topics came up.
Okay.
So
All
in
right.
the comments, I want the people who are listening to drop in, hey, can we talk about this next week? And then you, Daphne, the host, start writing that down while you're watching the comments, writing down different possible comments or different possible topics that you can have for the next show. And then instead of having to come up with it that night, you can go ahead and have it all mapped out for like the rest of the year.
Okay. Hey, that's not bad. Okay. So let's work on that. Let's work on getting our show next week, next Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Roger, you could bring some more of your people. I'll make sure we promote it together. We're gonna do this together. But guys, I want to remind you that, like I said, just because the Roger Report has less subscribers than me, I want to remind you guys that Roger is a big reason why I'm here, and Shy, and Dunny. I would say mainly Roger because he kept telling me every week I need to make this for real, and I kept playing around. So Roger, I want to again say thank you. Thank you for taking a chance on me and telling me to stick with this. And I want to say that you are the blueprint. You had 15 pages. You add them all up. You probably had about a million followers, man. 15 YouTubes. So I'm blessed to have someone like you to tell me to stick with this. Even though I'm still a work
You
in
don't.
progress, you are one of the main reasons why I'm here. So thank you.
Y'all don't know how serious that joke was that she just told y'all.
um,
I don't think y'all
can I,
know how serious that joke
can I,
was.
can I say
Very
something real
serious,
quick?
right? YouTube right now about to go on this page right now and get them. Oh, y'all niggas want to play? Gone. Sorry, Roger. The Roger Report / CelebriD Podcast. So.
And seeing Roger pop back up
Since
again, bet.
No, but guys, at the end of the day,
what,
hey, all of you guys are wonderful, and I want to say thank you. I love y'all opinions. Thank you for making me laugh. Truth Teller, I was able to survive you. I'm about to do a full lap after this. I did it.
That's
You
what's
didn't get
up.
me today, Truth
We
Teller.
gotta make
Truth
sure you
Teller.
right for your husband, man. He's one of our brothers. We gotta take
Yeah, he
care of him.
is. See, and
Yeah,
he ready. He wants some, so I gotta get. I
yeah.
gotta do my wifely duties,
Do
y'all.
what you're
Okay.
supposed to do.
That's what look. That's what you're supposed to do. And Shy, you too. I know y'all spouses is like get off. But guys, I just want to say thank you for giving me your time. and I hope to see you guys next week. Roger, let's collaborate and come up with a great topic. No, do you want to stick with that topic, Truth Teller, or was you just playing?
I think that was a great topic, honestly.
My
It is a
jokes
great
are
topic
actually serious, but I think
because
that's something women really need to discuss. So yeah, that's a serious topic.
Okay, so I'm gonna
as
see
a
if I can get some hoes. Let me stop saying that. Some women. I'm gonna
no,
see if I can get some
because
women.
listen,
Not
Some
because
hoes.
listen,
saved
They're gonna be like,
ones.
nope.
You can get some
because
saved
like for
hoes.
me,
No,
it's
no,
like
Truth Teller.
as like a youngling, it kind of helps me understand like the ranks of the whole command. So I like the title. So,
Jonan.
so
Okay,
yep,
so
there's
I need to look
Jonan,
for
Genin,
associate hoes,
yep,
bachelor
the
hoes
Hey,
with
sergeant
bachelor
hoe.
degree
So,
hoes.
associate hoes.
I ain't gonna find no
The,
PhD
the,
hoes. They ain't gonna
can
make
you
it
get
that. But
can you,
hey, remember,
yeah.
I
can you get
think
the
it was
chick who
Junior
had
hoes,
2001
intern
bodies?
hoes.
Who got
hey Roger, was it Sukiana who said she slept with? Was it like 300 men? Who was it that said they slept with
2000?
300 men?
Who she
2000.
did? Wait a
There was
minute.
Two
Who
one.
she
thousand?
didn't sleep with?
Yeah, there was a chick who had a my birth
2,000?
year as a body count.
That's
Like
crazy.
she
Jesus
Wait, you
said
said
she
Christ.
had
2,000 men?
2002
Well,
or something like that.
Damn, that's
there,
a
there,
pinto. That's a pinto.
there,
Yeah.
there
That's
are
missing
Why you think I
parts.
women.
said she belonged to the galaxy?
What
Wow.
And
there?
she
I'm
almost
gonna
got a
say
state.
so brothers know there are women who have literally called the folks at the Guinness Book of World Records to have the record for sleeping with the most men in the day. That's a real thing.
Are
Just so
you
y'all know,
serious?
that is a
That is a
real
true.
thing.
That is a
Okay, so
true
look,
broken
I'm
hoe.
gonna see if I can find some
Well,
women that
no,
will
they'll get
admit.
paid for that if they win. So at least they real hoes. So we'll give
So they
them
got a
love.
certificate for being
But
a hoe.
yo, how do you think? What goes through your mind to think I want to be the biggest hoe in the world?
I think on
She,
TV, like he said, Real
That's
Housewives of
crazy.
Atlanta. It's all about being better than the next person, even if you have to sell your soul for it. A woman being called a hoe on Guinness record, to them, they made it in life because
You
now you
take your
know all the
panties off
Guinness
and the
hoes
whole
right now.
panties fall out. Just everything just fall out.
ew.
I don't know how that works, man.
That thing is
That's
not.
nasty.
Just,
That thing is
excuse
toe
me,
You
up.
excuse
trying
me.
to
I'm
say
sorry.
that?
It
Hey,
fell.
so
It
so
fell. I'm
truth
Are you
sorry.
teller,
trying to say her thing is just drooping out? That's
y'all
just
Yeah,
nasty.
crazy.
come on, man.
Okay,
We don't
y'all.
need. Yeah, we don't
That's a
need
whole
that.
nother topic. Y'all crazy because these women
Yeah,
gonna sit there and tell you, get your game right, get your
yeah.
dick game right, and they know it's them. So all I'm saying, guys, is this was a great topic, and I'm excited to do it next week. If you guys can, maybe look out and see if you can find any women that's willing to come on here. You women don't have to use your real name because I know you're gonna be embarrassed. But at the end of the day, let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Probably
your
gonna
whole
be.
phase, or if you're still in that phase, why you feel like you have to be a hoe. Why does
Her
sleeping
name is
with
Sugar.
multiple men? Why does that make your day? Being a pump and dump. How does that feel? How many times was your Uber called? We need to talk about that. This is big in the community. So let's see if we can get some women to tell the truth. If not, a lot of you men will just be telling us about your experiences. It's gonna be even funnier. So, guys, with that being said, I'm gonna wrap up. Was there anything else you guys wanted to say? Truth teller,
But
do you want to
I,
leave
No.
them with a
Have
whole
a good
quote?
night, everybody.
A
Be
whole
safe.
quote. Truth
Be a
Truth
safe hoe
teller
out
said,
there.
live in your whole truth. It is
Yeah,
okay.
your whole truth.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
Hey, if you
and be
if you were
safe.
named if you were named after a car you can't afford, we need you on the show.
Okay.
Damn, damn.
God damn.
Hey, you jacked
Like
up for
two
that.
chicks popped in my head when you just said that. Oh, damn.
we all know an Alexis out there.
Hey, somebody said pick me or pass me. No, we're gonna use Truth Teller's his title.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do
What?
What
his
was his
Yeah,
title?
the whole phase.
whole
Uh,
face.
Oh,
was your whole
Okay.
yeah.
phase
Well,
worth
it
it?
was.
Was your whole
Yeah, it
was your
was.
whole phase
What's
worth
your
it?
whole face worth? And a lot of people gonna say they're not gonna be honest, especially women. They're gonna say I'm not a hoe. How many men his?
But
It don't matter. I
it'll
can count on one
it'll be
hand.
easy to pick
Mine.
them apart, though. It'll be easy to pick them
Hey,
apart.
Truth
if they
That's
Teller.
say body
So
count don't matter.
I'm not gonna tell them about Truth Teller. They're gonna have to find out like I did. Because Roger, you didn't give me no kind of opening. You just said, "Come on, everybody's wonderful." Nigga was lying,
we are
lying.
wonderful.
Hey, hey,
We just find the truth.
Man,
Is
it
iron,
all.
was worse than living in
iron.
Inglewood. Going through Truth Teller.
I'm just saying, iron sharpens iron, and some women can handle stuff like that, and some women can't. I
How dare
believe
he?
that you were one of the better ones. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. I
Roger
believe you
said
one
And
of
you
the
you are
always
greatest
better.
talk
ones.
to
Look at
me.
you.
I'm
Look
picking
at
on you,
you.
Roger. Talking about I thought you was one of the
I
better ones.
know,
How
but
dare
I
you
just
say
want
that?
you to know I got confidence in you. That's all. I got confidence in
But
you.
Roger, you said your phone didn't work, but you was texting me from it, sir. Look.
I'm in my
Roger,
other
thank you for
phone.
saying iron
She's
sharpens
still,
iron.
Other
she's
phone.
still sad
hey,
about it.
hey guys, this was a great topic. I appreciate all you guys, and I'm looking forward to next week. Y'all made my night for real. I really had a great day today because of y'all. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next show.
Have a
Right.
good night, guys.
Later, y'all. Salute.
Everybody be safe.